Dude, absolutely. Dude, this cast is stacked. Cheech Marin's awesome.
He's hysterical.
He's
dude.
so funny. Red pussy, stinky pussy. He's so funny, dude. Hi, everybody. It is a very red commentary today. Look at this background. If you guys can't read, we're doing From Dusk Till Dawn, and I didn't plan this, but I am just popping and representing, and it's looking good. These are our colors. So excited to do this one. I just want to put it out there. The trend that we've been doing for a few weeks is we're kind of doing a quote unquote, this isn't intentional. You tell me if I'm wrong. We didn't do a poll for this. Going forward, I want to try and do a poll a week, but
yeah,
what we've been doing once a week is we're doing like a quote unquote more of a fan favorite flick.
Yeah.
This, zombie, what have you. And then at least the last couple weeks, the off movie, we're doing some real piece of trash, man. Whether it's like not always shot, they're not all trash, but we're doing a movie that's like a Haunted Ween, a homegrown movie. Last week we had to sit and die through Children of the Living Dead. Commentary came out fantastic, by the way. If you guys are listening live, that'll be up fairly soon, and of course it's up now.
Awesome. I can't wait for that.
It came out fantastic, and Aaron's up in his production game.
You're doing great, man. I'm really enjoying these.
But now I'm actually using our local video, starting with Children of the Living Dead. So, you know, maybe the late person isn't really going to notice, but I A and beat them together. And I'm like, yeah, it bumps up that quality. Like we're like 2 levels sharper. And it makes me feel good. That's why I would like for you guys to watch these fucking videos, because they're taking me a long time, but hopefully you do.
Hey, this last one's doing pretty well. The cannibal one.
You know, I mean, but like I said, keeping up with the trend, we did Children of the Living Dead last week. This week we're doing From Dusk Till Dawn first. Who doesn't love this movie? And Friday, keeping up with the pattern, we are doing Day of the Dead 2 Contagion. And I don't know if I'm scared. I watched this movie with one of my good friends. He was my Todd equivalent of Missouri, and because he had the DVD.
Yeah,
he was a huge zombie fan, and he bought it, and we watched it, and it was just, I don't remember anything about it, dude. Like I just Will Smith flashed me the face. Like it's just, I don't remember being very good, and he was so not impressed with it that he gave it to me. That was, and then I lost it, and I was gonna give it to Todd. I was gonna like spread it around like an STD, and I was gonna then pass it on to Todd.
I wish you would have passed it on to me.
And then Todd could curse the next guy, pass it on to him, and it could almost be like a drag me to hell situation, monkey's paw, right?
It follows, yeah.
It follows, pick your poison. But anyway, we are going to get started. Gamer guy, really quick. Night of the Living Dead 30th anniversary commentary. When? That's the one with the all new scenes with the priest.
Yeah, we do need to do that because they're shitty. But yeah, I got duped into buying that.
I think we should do it soon. Why not? So wait, 30th anniversary.
Well,
so
maybe around Halloween time, because
so night 90 is what we're talking about.
No. The 30th anniversary.
The OG.
So this is the one with the added scenes in Night of the Living Dead. Have you seen this one? The John Russo's added scenes?
I don't think I ever watched it.
Okay, you need to watch this because this is the biggest piece of shit.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds like a great idea. We'll give you
around Halloween. Let's do this around Halloween because that's my go-to.
And that'll be one, obviously, where we can plant the video in, just like Haunted Ween, all the way through. So that's always nice. So before we get it started officially, let me say thank you to everybody that's joining us for the stream. And once again, 8:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays, 10:30 p.m. Central Time on Fridays. You can join us live. Otherwise, they go up the following week. So what's up, Gamer Guy? What's up, Silhouette? What's up, Dr. Giggles? Yeah, he's late. He's very important date. Yeah. I know. I hate being late, dude. It stresses me out. Ishmael, what's going on, dude? He said, so I guess we're all going to Mexico here. Absolutely. We're all heading to the Titty Twister.
Yeah, Titty Twister. Absolutely.
Hey, we'll get there. And Sean Boyle, let's see. My queen just turned 58. Perfect in this film. Perfect now. Oh, Selma. Absolutely. Yeah. She's still a looker, man. I mean, we all would. And if you wouldn't,
toe sucking here.
Dude, I know. We'll talk about the toe sucking. But let's go ahead. And Thomas Rowan, thank you so much. possibly on Paramount Plus. Yeah, this place is going to be streaming a lot of places for you guys, and we're obviously not going to get away. We're not going to get away with playing clips for this one. It's just not going to happen. You've been getting spoiled a little bit for the past few weeks. I'm dipping my toes in with Children of Living Dead, even with like muted clips. But I don't even know if I want to fuck with the Weinstein Company. I don't even want to flirt with it.
They're gonna ding us. I mean, Day of the Dead 2. So on a Friday, I'm sure we'll have some clips in there. For that.
It's all when we go back to being monetized in a few weeks. We'll see if it'll be a test. Yeah. Like we'll see if Return of the Living Dead. Here's how it works. There's like an algo bot that will like sense clips and then it'll flag it automatically and it'll demonetize it and give it to whoever owns that piece of shit, like Children of the Living Dead, Artisan or whoever. I don't know. But if it doesn't catch it, great. But the person who may or may not own it could still claim it manually. So we'll see what gets flagged in a couple of weeks or not. But
if it gets flagged, we'll throw it exclusively on X and see if that gets flagged on X.
Yeah, so I've got
to make the rounds.
I've got backups of without ready to go. And Gushy, thank you so much. It's also on Prime. Okay, so thank you guys. Mendoza's here too, man, showing the love. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So the copy we're watching it's right on the Dimension logo coming up, giving you that Harvey Weinstein energy. So we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play. Did you really mean that? What you said back at the room? Did you really mean that? When you said I eat your pussy.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to say, this intro is amazing.
Oh yeah.
And I want to give props to this movie in general. So I'm pretty sure the story was written by Robert Kurtzman, and then Tarantino drafted the script, the actual screenplay. So all the dialogue is very, for anybody that's not familiar, the story is a very general concept. So Kurtzman probably just said, hey, we have this story about these bank robbers, yada, yada. They get, sidetracked and they get trapped in this titty twister in Mexico and there's vampires. Like literally he gets the story credit because he's kind of got the general concept, but all the little nuances and stuff like that, it's totally Tarantino's dialogue, and which makes it great.
Oh, absolutely.
And what I love about this flick is it does the bait and switch like Psycho. Right? Psycho does the same thing where it's setting it up as one type of movie, right? You have in Psycho, she's taking the money from her job and she's running away to California, and they literally build it up for quite a long time. And then all of a sudden she makes it to Bates Mansion or Bates' house, and the star of your movie, your marquee, dies and it turns into a whole different thing. This movie is setting it up like a bank heist, running for the border movie. And they pretty much have you in this territory for like 45 minutes, man. It's a long time.
I mean, this is nonstop balls to the walls. I mean, this is like for a Tarantino film written. I mean, this is great. I mean, you never get bored or anything like that. The dialogue's fantastic. Yeah, it's so much fun.
And I like both movies that are here. Yeah. Honestly, like I would have loved the movie as it was presenting itself, where they could have made this whole movie about them trying to get across the border. And then you have a movie. We've had a million road movie. It could have been like a Hitcher, right? They hitched a ride to Winnebago, and it's all about them getting to Mexico. Or maybe they could have made it to Mexico and things would have went awry differently. But the fact that it just stops in its tracks and all of a sudden we're at the titty twister, which is amazing, and it just becomes a completely different thing is really, really great. I think God, I don't know. I think Psycho's always been amazing. There's no way that this wasn't influenced by Psycho.
I'm sure it was.
Because nobody did that before Psycho. Like totally just turned it on its head and kind of took formula and flipped it on its ass and said, no, screw that. Right? We're not doing the traditional formula. We're psyching you out. And I love it. And I wish there was more good examples of doing this successfully. But anyway.
I love Michael Parks in this as the sheriff. I mean, he's been in a lot of things. He was in Death Proof. He was in Planet Terror. He's in Red State. He's been in Kill Bill 1 and 2. He's been in a lot of stuff, man. He's just a token sheriff, man. Look at him.
Yeah, this guy too is a character actor. He's in a lot of stuff. I just too many
John Hawkes, the liquor store guy. He's been in a lot of stuff too, I believe.
Tons of stuff. Like I know it's not the best example, but I always think of
Billboards Outside. Yeah,
I think of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. He's like Freddie Prinze's best friend. I think the first guy that gets killed.
Mhm.
But he's in all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
And
this cast is phenomenal in this movie.
Mendoza says, I would say Strange Darling kind of does the same thing. I've heard things
I
about that movie, dude. I really want to see that.
I do too,
I
man. I've
really
been
want
hearing
to see
good
that.
things. Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. Dude, this cast is stacked. Cheech Marin's
He's
awesome.
hysterical,
He's
dude, at
so
the
funny.
titty
Wet
twister.
pussy,
Yeah, I know.
stinky pussy. He's so funny, dude. And he breaks the
That's my
fourth
favorite
wall.
part, man. That's my
It's so
favorite.
great.
He
He's
looks
like,
right at the camera, dude.
He's like, we got the penny. He's like, buy one pussy regular price, get the second pussy for same or lesser value for a penny. If you can find pussy for less than a penny, fuck it. In front of the camera, breaks the fourth wall. He's
No,
insane, dude. It almost kind of seems like they told him just to go off book, like just go off the page, just riff.
it's funny how they haven't played the border agent. They haven't played him the pussy wagon guy at the titty twister, dude. Yeah.
It's great. It's fantastic. So here, this is a great. I love. This is how you do an intro to a film
Yeah.
because it's right in the middle of the action, right?
Mm.
It it's unassuming. The cop comes in seemingly just to get gas. Hey, did you hear? They give you the exposition brilliantly. Like, oh yeah, it's all over the news. The guys that robbed the bank. It's perfect. It just
Yeah.
gets you right in. And little do we know that he's currently being held up. It's just
Mhm.
right in the middle of it. Hey, do what we told you to do. It's awesome. And sadly, this is where George Clooney peaked.
This is my favorite role of Clooney. And
It's he peaked. He became a total fucking Hollywood cuck after this, man.
well,
I'm
same
sorry.
with Tarantino. Everybody gives Tarantino so much shit for this movie. Of course,
Why?
he like won a Razzie for like the worst supporting act. I like him in this role because he
He's
plays the rapist
he's
or the
really good.
grape
He's
or whatever. Yeah.
why I think he's really good.
Yeah.
Why would somebody give him a Razzie for this?
I don't know. He was nominated for Razzie, man, which is crazy to me because I thought he was pretty solid in this. He
Oh,
plays
I'd
that
be
role
honored. I'd be
perfectly.
dude, sometimes the people that are up for the Oscar also are up for the Razzie, dude. I don't
Yeah.
the Razzie's kind of a badge of honor. Who cares? I would be like, all right, give me the Razzie. Because to me, I don't think the goal who cares if you're not Meryl Streep? Was it entertaining?
Yeah.
Are you saying Tarantino's performance takes you out of it? Absolutely not. This whole movie's heightened. Like, look at the
Yeah.
way it's a little tongue in cheek. It's got some slapsticky stuff in there. Obviously, you got Cheech Marin's hamming it up too.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
really fits. Oh, you get the fucking band that all of a sudden is playing dead body instruments out of nowhere when they turn. It's silly.
This is a movie that should have been in Grindhouse. I mean, I love Death Proof, but I mean, this is like I think that this is more of, a better film.
But this was way before Death
I
Proof.
it
Grindhouse.
was before Death Proof, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. They just went too ham on Death Proof for me. It's a good movie though.
Yeah, gamer guy, that's not a bad take. I like it's the best Tales from the Crypt movie that isn't a Tales from the Crypt movie. Like this
Yeah.
should have been Bordello Blood. This really is the superior Bordello Blood.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Bordello Blood's always been I want to do Bordello Blood sometime actually, because it's a kind of a guilty pleasure,
Yeah.
but it's not nearly really as good of a movie as this.
No, not at
Why
all. I mean,
why does he do this? Like he could have got away. They were like, pull the car around. He could have just like he's not dead. He could have fucking just let him leave, and he could have called the police. But he had to go and screw up and like start opening fire.
yeah,
What do you think? Did he think he was actually gonna win?
I mean, he's pissed off, man. He's a Texan.
And yeah, I like how high
I mean,
adrenalized George Clooney's performance is too. No, and do you think
I mean, the neck tattoo's awesome. I mean,
no, it's not. He's got the tribal tattoos
I
all over his
like
body.
I like it. I think it
I
looks cool,
I
dude.
feel like I feel like this is the kind of film that he would be ashamed of today. I
Why? This is his best film.
I agree, but he's artsy fartsy Oscar guy now. He's not like blockbuster guy anymore.
Yeah.
This is a fun pulpy movie. I just don't think I don't know. I feel like he'd probably deny being in Roseanne. you
Yeah.
know.
I love this part, man.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really stylish. Everything there is not a how long has this movie been on, right? This is the first 8 minutes and not a
Mhm.
dull moment. This is how you
No.
do the first 10 minutes of a film. Yeah, Demon Knight is fun. I love Demon Knight Mendoza. I'd like to do those are good. I think those might even be good like Halloween contenders. I'd love to
Look
do
at
the
this.
Tales from
He's
the Crypt movies.
shooting while he's on fire, dude. This is fantastic. He just pops out of nowhere. There we go.
Yeah. It's over the top. Look, and he's jumping on the counter, even, like, taking a perch, dude. No way. It's so over the top.
Oh, that's awesome. The
Yeah.
popcorn's popping. I mean, just little things like that. It makes it funny, but not in a too goofy of a way, you
He
know?
just came in for a roadmap. That's all
Yeah,
they came in there for.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so they're making you fill it in with your head, but I would imagine you ask yourself, "Well, how just go in there and get the roadmap and leave." I'm guessing since they established it had been on the TV all day,
Mhm.
maybe he walked in and it was playing or on the radio, wrong
Yeah.
timing and they got spotted. You can kind of fill it. I love that where that's like a trick, man. It's like you want to get people going with the start of a movie. You start in the middle of a scene.
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
you just kind of fill in what happened the first half. And yeah. And this is also talk about Rodriguez being a fall from grace director
Oh, man, it's sad, dude, because he
because
was
he
so
was
great.
because when early on, it's like he had the Mexico trilogy, and
Mhm.
then Spy Kids, and I know he did Death Proof or what, not Death Proof, but
A Planet Terror, yeah, he
Planet
peaked
Terror.
at Planet Terror, yeah.
But even I don't even think Planet Terror
It's
is
not
up there.
great, but
No,
it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just a you know
from Dusk Till Dawn.
yeah, I mean, this cast is it's great, man. Of course, you have Juliette Lewis, you have, um,
Yeah, Cheech Marin, Michael
uh,
Parks, Kelly Preston, Tom Savini, John
Harvey
Saxon,
Keitel, you have
Fred
Danny
Williamson,
Trejo.
Fran the Hammer. Yeah, it's got a lot of people in it.
Yeah.
John Saxon and Kelly Preston, they're just on TV as like the news reporters and stuff. So
I forgot when I rewatched this, I was like, I forgot Kelly Preston was in this. I
because it's
mean,
just like
yeah.
it's just an odd. It's real throwaway. It's real quick. You're not gonna remember it, but it's really cool because just like Tarantino, they were giving nods to these genre actors like John
Yeah.
Saxon and Fred the Hammer and Savini's in here. It's just kind of a who's who with that stuff.
Kelly Preston was really big in the mid-90s too. I mean, Jerry
Really,
Maguire and just all these little bit part
let's
roles.
reel it in. She was really big.
Well, she was big because she was good looking. So,
But
that's why
she was never really she was mostly famous for being John Travolta's wife, and
yes.
she had some bit supporting roles.
Yeah.
She wasn't big.
Well, for the time, I mean, when people thought of, attractive women, they thought of Kelly Preston. Let's just say that.
She made my dick big, R.I.P. Kelly Preston. I
Not
still would.
anymore.
I still would. Yeah, I was about to say. You know John Travolta, JT ain't getting it done.
No, he's
You
hanging out in the Gold Gems, man.
Yeah, he's cruising the Gold's Gyms, the 24-hour fitnesses at 2 in the morning and the men's showers. You know what I mean? He was not getting it done. So you know what? She needed to give old Aaron a call. She had me on in the little black book, right? Travolta's stupid. Exactly. That's right. Travolta's stupid. Now he was too busy. He didn't know what he had. He was spending all his damn time hanging out with Tommy Lee and Fred Durst, playing bowling and shit like that. Because he's like, if you guys follow any of that stuff on like Instagram, like I follow Tommy Lee and all these rock stars, and John Travolta just shows up everywhere. He's always hanging out with these rock stars, the Motley Crue, and he hangs out with Fred. It's really weird. And I'm like, is this what you were doing instead of slinging that sweet, sweet Kelly Preston Tang? No wonder. No wonder. Because they weren't his peak hours. You have all the time in the world to hang out with Tommy Lee and his big anaconda when your fucking cruising hours aren't until like 2 and 3 in the morning. So you got to kill the time somehow.
Mendoza, I would go to Gold's Gym with you just to see if John Travolta was there. Let's just say that.
Thomas, did Rodriguez direct Shark Boy and Lava Girl too?
He
I know
might have.
it was in the vein of the Spy Kids, and I thought it was maybe in the same universe, but I didn't know he directed that. Yeah, I didn't know. Wasn't Stallone like the bad guy in like the third Spy Kids movie?
I never saw it. I have no clue.
Oh, I never saw it either. Oh, we missed it, but when they were driving, like, what did you think of that little touch of just showing like the edit of her in the trunk?
Yeah. Mhm.
It's kind of funny because nobody like it's a very yeah, it's just a very Rodriguez type of thing.
Mhm.
So they made it to this hotel room, and like I said, we're jumping in halfway through, but the radio told us there was a bank heist, and that's clearly a bank teller, somebody that worked at the bank that they took as a hostage after robbing it. It's brilliant. I love how it
Mhm.
doesn't treat the viewer like an idiot. I
Yeah,
love putting stuff like that together in my head, like, oh,
absolutely.
and we've already established that
They're shitheads, yeah.
well, Quentin Tarantino is a psychopath, and
Mhm.
you're gonna. I think the sheriff and whatnot gave a little bit of exposition at the beginning of their character, but you're gonna get more of it when he turns on the TV, and you see John Saxon and all that stuff. And they pretty much painted out that Tarantino is a whack job and he is a sex offender.
Mhm.
And you kind of get like little breadcrumbs throughout the story through dialogue, which that's how you do it. Like, for example, here in a little bit, like sometime in the hotel, we're going to find out that Tarantino, no, it's actually going to be on the Winnebago, where Tarantino says, I broke you out of prison.
Mhm.
Right. And that's when he hits a
Yep.
I don't know, but yes, you get all that little stuff kind of little by little. I think it's really, really great. Good writing.
This whole scene just freaking creepy, man. I mean, of course, when he leaves the hotel room and Tarantino wants the lady to sit on the bed with
Oh,
him. I
it's
mean,
creepy. He's like, yeah,
yeah.
that's the bed. Want to
I mean,
catch?
he plays it perfectly, I think. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know.
Want to catch? Want to come watch TV with me? Take your shoes off. This is
Yeah. And it's pretty much, well, I mean, they cut away, of course, and then they go to the next scene where he walks in and he's like, "Where's the girl?"
I love it. He's like, he's gonna give her big Kahuna burger, and
Yeah.
she's not there because
Mhm.
that's another thing too. Big Kahuna burger is in this.
Yeah.
It's like this shared universe burger. Doesn't it appear in other? I think it's between.
Might.
But I love that shared universe thing with him and Rodriguez and stuff like that. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's really fun. But yeah, and they do something that's interesting, and we'll see it here in a minute, but I never quite understood this. It's like I loved how he teased you with the quick one flashes. Like he inserts one frame of like the
Yeah.
mess. Like it's
Mhm.
so quick, it's blinking, it's one frame, and it keeps
Mhm.
coming in, kind of like Pazuzu back in the day.
Yeah.
And it almost kind of ruins it when they actually just turn the camera around, they show you it. Like, well, why were they teasing with like the flashes if we were just gonna see the mess?
Well,
I
it's
thought,
kinda burning in his brain because he's the sane one compared to, Tarantino.
yeah, I just think it might have even been more effective if they just left it at those like quick flashes.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the flashes, it's like, my God, they almost insinuate because he's got a look of horror on his face, like did he like fucking rape her, or sorry, grape her from the inside? I need to bleep that out. Grape her from the inside. Like they made it seem like it was something so heinous that even this killer was
Mhm.
like blown away. And then when you kind of see her from in the back shot, it just looks like she's like cut open and dead. I'm like, it's they should have left it at the flashes. I think
Yeah.
so.
No, I agree. That's
I mean, it's still fine. I'm just
Mhm.
not trying to nitpick the scene. It's great.
I mean, casting this lady, the older lady that you would think, like,
Oh,
why
yeah,
would he
she's not even a
even
piece, dude.
yeah.
It's
Why would
it's
he even do this? It's like,
it's
it makes it that
perfect.
much better. Yeah.
They could have made her even older.
Yeah,
It would have like a total like near retire. Like, yeah, come sit, watch, sit
makes
right here.
Quentin that much creepier in this film.
Yeah, I love it, and he just looks creepy. I like when he turns into a vampire later. He just looks like Frankenstein monster, dude.
Mhm.
Dude, yeah, he's a weirdo. And first of all, why would he be leaning? Why is he sitting on like that far end of the bed just so he can be in frame? Like, don't you want to scoot over and give her some room, dude?
Yeah.
She's like almost falling off the damn bed.
Oof.
I would just have to fart or something to make it just like really stink up the joint. Make him regret making me sit by him. Okay, so in the meanwhile, we've got our other main characters. We've got Jake, right?
Mhm.
Played by Harvey Keitel, who's fantastic in this
Yeah.
film. He plays a preacher who has recently quit his job because he's lost his faith. Another really well done, woven just through dialogue. It's obviously because his wife died and it caused him to just have a lapse in the faith, and he's going to have his own little arc, right?
Mhm.
He's going to have to get his faith back and all that stuff. I love, and what an interesting casting choice where they don't have to overly explain it. Juliette Lewis, okay, makes sense, but he's got a clearly Asian son. They don't have to explain it. He's
Yeah.
clearly like a child of adoption, right?
Mhm.
China. Because like when they said, like, I love it when they comes like, what do you, the F word? What do you, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you mags?
Mhm.
Like, he's my son. Like, he looks he looks Chinese. That's all you need. When he says, well, he doesn't look Japanese, he's Chinese. I'm like, that you feel it in yourself. Like, okay,
He's great in this role, I think, man. I
who?
really enjoy him.
Cartel or his son?
His son.
Oh
His
no.
son.
I think the son is. a favor. I think the son is some producers like kid
I
because
I like I like him because he's so out of place, and I'm like,
look,
I don't know. There's something about it. It's like, I mean, a preacher with a son that is, Asian. It just, I don't know. It makes him a little bit more interesting, I think.
no, I don't think he's bad by any stretch, but he's clearly not an actor. I love it when he's like getting eaten and he's not faced. I always laugh when he's like, "Kill me, Kate." I always laugh at his delivery. He's just getting chewed on by all these zombies. He's not even like wincing in pain. He's just like, "Kill me, Kate." It's such weird delivery. I he's fine, but it's just you could tell he's like kind of the oddball.
I don't know. If they had some random white kid in there, it wouldn't be as effective. I just like him, and I don't know. It makes it different.
No, I do too. I love it. I'm just saying he was clearly like some exec's kid.
Yeah, he's
I
not
just
he's not he's not a great actor, but
he was a favor. I just think he was a favor. I just but it's what else has he done?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look it up. But so we're getting some backstory a little bit. They're talking about Juliet Lewis is asking, the pastor said your job would still be waiting for you. Basically, if he changed his mind, he's like, I ain't gonna change my mind. He's like, do you not still believe in God? I don't want to say it in front of my brother. I don't know what's his brother's name again. I forget. There's
It
Kate, Jake, and
Scott?
Jackie Chan. Scott, maybe Scott's right. Whatever. He's like, I don't want to say it in front of Scott because it upsets him. And she's like, do you not believe in God anymore? And I think this is actually a fantastic line.
Mhm.
It's a powerful line when he says, I still believe in God, but do I love them? No. Like, whoa. It's
Yeah.
like, it's powerful.
Mhm.
And he just sells it, man. Only Harvey Keitel can be a crooked cop, a mobster, a
He
pastor, a preacher, or
he
whatever.
him as a preacher was great, man. I was not expecting that when I first saw this film, which I did see this in the theaters, and I saw it in the Dollar Theater, and I was blown away. I was so in love with this film when I first saw it.
The Geico brothers versus Henry and Otis. Give us what you think would happen. I just could tell you who I bet they would not want to. I don't think they want Otis to win because I think he would
No, hell
defile the
no.
bodies. He would defile the bodies somehow.
Henry and Otis are, I mean, they're the king of sleaze, man.
That's your
They're the bottom of the dumpster.
that's your sister, Otis. I like. So here's our Kelly Preston scene, giving us yet more backstory on like Tarantino and John Saxon's going to show
Mhm.
up here. They killed cops. He basically just says, hey, now that we've got every branch of law enforcement after these guys, would you say it's personal? I think that's a good bet. It's purely here just to kind of up the stakes,
Yeah.
right? Which is great.
The fact that it's
Uh,
for Saxon in here is great. Yeah, it's a nice touch.
yeah, and then Zekito, she's a breath of fresh ass. Not anymore. She's probably like probably worms coming out of there now, but definitely in this. What's up, James? Thanks for joining us. I like your I like your pick, dude.
Like, yeah, man, that's awesome.
That's funny. Does he have a T on his chest, dude? No, he doesn't. He's
Oh,
have a
that's an
T there.
S. He's super T.
Super T. But anyway, and then so after this, they're going to be in their Winnebago because they're going to go to the same motel that George Clooney and his brother are holding up at. And you're going to see George Clooney coming back right now with Big Kahuna Burger, and he's
Mhm,
going to pass by their Winnebago, and he's just going to give him a stare down. It's great, like
mhm.
like the wheels are turning in his head, like this is our ticket.
Yep.
I love it. So you got Tarantino back sitting at the crappy motel coffee table. And we're getting information too here about where they're going. So they have a rendezvous point in Mexico, and they've got a contact, and this contact's gonna welcome him in and get him established and hooked up in Mexico. Basically, harbor him and give him the fix. And then he's gonna get a little bit of lip from Tarantino, like, hey, he thinks the 30% cut is too much. You
Yeah.
should have negotiated. And George Clooney's like, are you on crack? This is just how it goes. This is what it
Yeah.
is. So they're feeding us exposition.
Mhm.
Okay, so we noticed that our the woman is gone. Where's the woman? I love he's clearly got a problem with duality. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he's like I love it. Like I think he's convinced he's not lying. Like you
Mhm.
should have seen her. Like she was out of control.
You
Was
believe me, don't you?
yeah, the moment we left, she was crazy. She's like another
Yeah.
person. He's like, yeah, I love that. Like, you're not just saying that, right? You really believe me? Like, he's like, that whole scene where he's like, he mouthed the words, "Help us, help
Yeah.
us."
He looks like the type of guy that would do that shit too.
See, like, here we go. Here's the frames.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. It's really cool, and it just, what is the matter with you?
But they really didn't show a whole lot. I mean, they showed when he turned around, they showed the back of it, but they didn't get a close up of
We
the
saw like
death.
a bloody phone, but it really made me wonder what he did because he is so disturbed,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy kills people. So I don't know. So we kind of see her, and he's got a pillow over her head, and she's got her clothes on, so it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, look at me; it's not that big of a deal. But it just like, what do you do? It just kind of looks like he might have smothered her,
Yeah,
or maybe he stabbed her in the face. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as what they implied.
yeah.
But is anybody buying that they're brothers? By the way.
No, but I mean,
I mean, clearly one of those guys got blessed on that. It's like in the movie Twins, where all the good shit went into Clooney, and then like Tarantino was like the crap left over that they just
yeah,
scraped off the tube,
they have
dude.
some awkward chemistry, but I kind of like them together, man. I do.
Oh yeah, and he's like, they're gonna kiss, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They're gonna make out. But yeah, he's the big brother. He's
Mm-hmm.
protective, but he also kind of treats him like shit. But he manipulates him a little bit, right? And but he hugs him. He's a little older brother, and you get these little pieces of the character through moments like this. Like he was just touching his ass. It looked like it when they're in the Winnebago here in a bit. Older brother's gonna be in the front while he's talking to Jake. Like, put in your bit, like
Mm-hmm.
reminding him to put in his retainer.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget to brush your teeth, type of thing. Like, it's so funny. Those little things
Yeah,
go
the
so.
retainer thing, man. That's great. I love that.
And then he's like, I grind my teeth.
Yeah.
I just think it's so perfectly sprinkled in here, like their character and how I love it. All right, so he's taking him to the shithole. I like how Juliette Lewis is like, "Well, if it ain't got poo, we're going somewhere else." I would backhand that bitch. I'd be like, are you fucking paying?"
She was huge in the 90s, man.
She was in a lot
People
of
loved
stuff.
her.
She's in this new movie on Tubi called The Thicket. It's
Oh,
a
really?
it's a western based off a book, and it's about this bounty hunter that's tasked to find this killer who they role gender reversed. In the book it's a man, but they made her Juliette Lewis, like
Oh,
she's the
okay.
outlaw. And it's got James Hetfield of Metallica in a small part.
No
They
shit.
they
Okay.
cast him as like a
Mm.
cop, like not a sheriff, but maybe like a deputy. I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it just for Hetfield. But
I love to see his acting.
oh yeah, he was like, I listened to him on a podcast, and he's like, oh yeah, it's like, I hate it. I hate acting. He's like, I'll never do like the auditioning thing. It's like, I hate that shit. I actually did that one time. It's like, it's like, I hate that shit. I like to play music. But you know what? They called me for that Zac Efron movie. It's like, Joel Bruce Sanofsky and Joel Berlinger or whatever. He's like, he just said, "Hey, I got a role for you." They call me up and say, "I don't have to do anything." He's like, "Come in, just be yourself. Like, you don't have to act." Like, all right, why not? It's fun. It's like, and that's what they did. Like, Peter Dinklage called me. He called me through my management, and he's just like,
Well,
"Yeah,
he can cry on cue like he did in Some Kind of Monster.
yeah."
Ugh.
But yeah, he just said, "Yeah." He's like, he said Peter Dinklage called him up and just said, "Look, we have this role for you. We thought of you. That's really all there is. You want it or not?" Like, yeah, okay. You don't have to act. Okay. They just like his look. I saw him try and act in the.
He'll probably try to sue us for streaming the movie for free, dude, or the show for free on Tubi.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Come on, man. I wouldn't do that.
Well,
I
Tubi
love.
is free. That's the whole point. I
I
mean, that's
love. I dude.
just
I
like
love.
Napster,
Hold on.
dude.
Hold on. I love when Tarantino shoves this gun in the little Chinese kid's mouth, dude. It's another one of those little flares. Like he's like the fucked up one, like the
Yeah,
extra messed up one.
I
Look.
love the Precinct 13 shirt. The Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know why I love that. It's just like it's so emasculating. Yeah, I don't know.
How old was Clooney in this movie? Was he in his 30s or
Definitely, if that. I mean, because this is like in the mid
graying a
'90s,
little
man.
bit?
It's what
Like,
he's
his hair's graying a little in
dude.
this,
He was
so
around in Roseanne in the late '80s, man. George
yeah,
Clooney.
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, so he's 63 now. So he was
61. He was 30. Yeah,
No,
35, 35, 36.
yeah, so he's older. He's been around. Gamer guy, wait, she's doing Tubi movies now? Who, Juliette Lewis? It's one of those things where that's just who picked it up, right? They were doing this movie. I think it was produced by the director and Peter Dinklage. And and Tubi's the people that picked it up. Like all these movies that you see are Netflix originals. I'd say most of them aren't actually like produced by Netflix where they paid the money from the start. They just buy them and they acquire them,
Yeah.
right, in the marketplace. And I'm sure I'm sure Little Dinklage would have loved Peter Dinky. I'm sure Peter
How would you
Dink
like to have the last name Dink? I mean, you don't
Dink the
want that
Clown,
last
dude.
name.
I'd be honored. Dink the
No,
Clown.
you don't
And
want
it's
that
funny,
last name.
dude.
No,
Peter
no,
Dinklage
no.
could have been Dink the Clown. Maybe that was
It
like
could have been.
maybe that's his like first acting role. It's like, well, he'd be ashamed to say it now because he's kind of pretentious. Well,
Well,
I played Dink the Clown
my
from
brother Doink.
my brother Doink. He's got such a deep voice; it's unsettling. Hi, I'm Peter Dinklage. I don't know. Can you imagine like Peter Dinklage reverse birthing you into somebody, dude? Shoving his ass in somebody because he's got like a huge head. It's like Easter Island big.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna get off that fast, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's just who picked it up. I'll watch it. It's got who is that guy? That dude. Oh, I can't think of it. I know you know it. It's a podcaster, comedian. I don't really think he's very funny. He kind of hangs out with all the Rogan guys. Skinny guy, Latino, mustache, slick back hair. What is that
Uh,
guy? What is that dude's name?
let me look up, see what
He's
she's
he's
in.
he's he's one of the cronies in the Road. Peter Dinklage is hot, dude. That's what Mendoza's saying. Would you,
Really?
man? Would you is that are you into like littles? Okay, so I'm gonna look it up. Don't hurt
It's the
yourself, dude.
thicket. Okay,
That's
so
what I
that's
said.
okay. So
So Peter Dinklage, Juliette Lewis, I think that's Ethan Hawke's son, Levin Hawke,
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
Schultz has a role in it. So I
I
don't know
I
how much.
never really thought he was funny, but
I don't think he's funny at all. Um, yeah, he's got billing right next to James Hetfield. So
mm,
anyway, I'll watch it because it's free. Yeah, Mendoza would. But so anyway, he's kind of giving him the skinny right. He's basically saying what's going to go down. We got to get to Mexico. Obviously you do what we tell you and we're not going to hurt you. And he almost kind of implies in a minute when they're going to be talking in front of the Winnebago, like, you see how my brother looks at your daughter, right? Like, I'll keep him off of her, basically.
yeah,
Like,
he did. No, he did tell him that when he was in the Winnebago. Yeah,
he's like, if he touches my daughter, I will kill
yeah,
him. Fair enough. And if you if you don't come through, I'm going to kill all of you.
yeah.
I love this whole thing. Like, when we missed it, I'm sorry, I was talking over it where she's like, would you be so kind to eat my pussy or whatever she says? Like, what? Yeah. I would. It's so great, man. And even now, it's like he's crazy and he's obviously capable of
Mm,
assaulting and murdering people, but yet here he's being very polite, where he's asking permission and consent. Right? He's like,
yeah.
did you mean it? When you said, I mean, I could because
Well,
I.
he's around his brother, so when
He's
he's
like,
around his brother, he has to be the
he's like, he's like,
polite.
did you really mean that, or are you just were you just fooling around? I mean, because if you really meant it, I would love to do that for you. I could do that for you.
Pretty
It's
good at that. You're kind of worrying me.
I'm shutting your butt down, Jan. I've been doing that for. Yeah, we missed the part where you said your bit. I love it. And what's funny too is you can tell Tarantino's character. You just know, like I said, through very subtle actions that how he was brought up. He's a little slow in the head. He's a little weird. You could tell he was picked on,
Mhm.
bullied. You can tell George Clooney was always having to defend him, right, and fight his battles for him and
Yeah.
stick up for his kid brother who was had a disadvantage. And so
Mhm.
you kind of get a peek into that when he said to the kids, "I grind my teeth," and then the Chinese brother like kind of smirks,
He was
and she,
laughing, yeah.
yeah, he kind of smirked, and she kind of rolls her eyes, and I'm like,
Mhm.
that just tells you right there. Like, I think he dealt with just little shit like that all the time. He probably always
Mhm.
had little issues about him. I don't know. I think it's brilliant.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah, George Clooney, a star of Return of the Killer Tomatoes and Return to Horror High. Yeah, man, yet another guy that forgot his heritage, forgot where he came from. Right? It's gross. I was watching Joe Bob, and doesn't Joe Bob like on? Don't they have this thing where they despise people that disown the heritage, that people that started off in horror? I
Oh,
think
I'm
they,
sure.
I
I
think they
mean,
curse those guys. Always like he started out as a mutant. He denies being a mutant. Like we,
yeah.
I never thought that was fair. I think you need to, but they all do it, dude. Even Brad Pitt, cutting class. It's like
Hmm. I
I
love
think
cutting glass.
I think he kind of just they don't talk about it, and I think maybe if it's I think it's maybe been brought up before, and he just like I literally think he did like a side thing to whoever he was doing press with, like, oh, I did this movie a long time ago, and kind of did that number, like when he's telling one of his A-listers what they're talking about, like, dude, wear it with pride, dude.
So it looks like this film was filmed in multiple locations. Of course, you have Calico Dry Lake, California, Barstow, California, Lancaster, California, um, Chihuahua, Mexico. I thought it was filmed in Arizona, but yeah, maybe it's just in
No,
California.
oh, and the thing is over time, there's different things that go into effect. Different cities get tax opportunities for films. So it was a few years later where New Mexico became more of a hotbed, and everybody
Gotcha.
taxes and stuff for this shit was getting so expensive in California. Where I'm surprised they filmed so much in California. So it must have been not
Yeah.
so bad back in.
Hmm.
But then
Yeah.
after this, like everybody was moving stuff to New Mexico, and
Mm.
not really Arizona much. But now Arizona is going to start being a player because they're building a multi-million dollar big studio in Buckeye, Arizona, which is out in the mid. It's actually 30-minute drive from me. It's
Is
on
that
I
south or is that
it's it's see, I live in the West Valley of Phoenix, and it's just like it's about 30 minutes wet northwest. So it's
oh,
even
okay.
further from the Phoenix, central Phoenix, but I'm pretty close to it. And it's just a bunch of land, and some huge ass studio bought up all the
Hmm.
land, and same thing. Hollywood went up and they bought up a huge studio space in Tucson as well. And if you talk to like the local communities, actors and whatnot are excited about it, but there's people that have a brain in their head. They're like, you shouldn't be excited about this because
Yeah.
what happens, the people that are more on the production side of things in the local areas, they're like, it's not a good thing. And actors are getting excited for no reason because all these two people do is bring in their own.
Yeah.
People from California will come. It's still the same business where they're going to let in people they know and whatever, and they're still going to gatekeep. He's like, if you're lucky, like for example in Tucson, maybe 0.5% of Tucson people will get jobs, but it's just like it's just not going to be that. So I don't know if I'm excited about it or not. Probably not.
Oh, we missed Tarantino IF in her and
I
checking
love
out
it.
her toes and her cross necklace.
I know he wants that like, well, she's not Catholic, but wants that Catholic schoolgirl.
Yeah.
I still would. I could because I could do that for you. I can most definitely do that for you. Like said what? What you said in the room? What did I say? And he's gonna get interrupted.
Mendoza, you have a good night, brother. We'll talk to you soon
Todd will see in his dreams.
with John Travolta.
Oh no, making it exciting at least. Yeah, for sure. You know what Mendoza looks like. What is it? Is it just like you just imagine the Jack in the Box guy? Like Mendoza's wearing like a Jack in the Box head, like from the chain restaurant.
I'm a married
Fucking
man.
Travolta's
Here we
ass with that
go.
carrot nose, dude. Okay, so yeah, talk about tension, man. They're trying to cross the border. This whole scene's incredible. A total exercise in trust. Scott's going to try and convince the dad, like, Dad, we have to go. We have to tell them. Like statistics say, he's like, they're going to kill us anyway. I would just be like, I don't know what I would do in that situation because I get it. The daughter was in the back, so they had that leverage. And
Yeah.
what did the son think was going to happen? He's like, yeah, because the son, there's nothing that's keeping the son from running out that car right now, but you're going to let your sister die? If I
I mean,
was the
he had a
dad,
gun to her head, so yeah, no, I totally get it. I
I
mean,
get the dad. Here's what I would say. Like, it would be a tough call, but they have no reason to hurt them because it's like once they can't kill them before they get to Mexico because they need them to get across the border. And once they're in Mexico, they've got a fresh start. Like they would actually be fools to kill them. Like, why would you sit there and start off your fresh start in Mexico with blood on your hands?
yeah.
I just don't. I would just have to roll the dice and trust them.
Well, do you think that they would have done the same thing if they would have held the kid hostage? I think the dad would have been like, okay, just kill the kid because the daughter's safe, that sort of thing.
Wait, you would have thought if it was reversed and his son?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
think the dad would have let his son get killed?
Yeah.
Why would you
I
say that?
think
Because he's the adopted?
no,
Is
because
it a race
because
thing?
because he's the son. He's not the daughter. Like
I
I think it just because it's the daughter that that's why he didn't want to do it.
I I don't see that in his character at all. I don't know where you're getting that from.
I don't know.
This is not Bad Lieutenant Harvey Keitel. This is a pastor Harvey Keitel.
A man and his daughter. I mean, what can you say? It's probably
Yeah.
different than a son.
We start peeling back the layers of their relationship. You never thought of me as a real son, did you, Dad? What was I supposed to expect? Your mother wanted to adopt. Then she died. And now I'm still stuck with you. All right, Cheech Marin in a dual role. His first appearance as the
He's
border
great.
control agent. I love it. He's like, I'm coming aboard. And she saves the day, man. He's going to walk in there, and Juliette Lewis is on the toilet
Taking a shit.
taking a
Yeah.
poop. Could you please close the door, please?
Mhm.
This is where he knocks out his brother. It's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting the business like, this is a bad situation.
You
Blah,
weren't
blah, blah.
expecting this either. I mean, he pretty much ruined it for everybody. The brother did.
Ruined what, though?
Ruined the getaway.
He ruins
I mean,
everything.
He could have got everybody killed.
Yeah, you have to do it. He had to take him out. And it's even funnier when he comes to, and he's like, "What? You just dropped." He's like, "You started talking about your hand was hurting, and then you fell down, and you hit your head on the toilet. You okay?"
So let's go get hammered. Let's go get drunk. The titty twister.
I love it. And he Harvey Keitel comes through.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Cheech to pop up twice in this movie when I first saw it. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
No, and I don't know if that's supposed to be like some sort of ode to B movies too, where people used to play dual roles a lot. I don't know what that's about. But Robert Rodriguez you've got his regular cast of cronies in here. Cheech Marin, he hires like the who's who of Latino actors, and Cheech Marin like in 2 roles, and of course Danny Trejo's his cousin. But you know what? They're all cousins. Let's be real.
Mama talking to me, trying to tell me how to live. I love Up in Smoke, man. That's one of my favorite movies growing up.
I like how, I will get to it in a second, but I have some things to say about the Titty Twister. Let's kind of break down the scene before we get there, though. But we're almost there. I love it. You're going to hang a left, and apparently you won't be able to miss it.
So funny part, you see this curtain, this door that they used to have. This used to be the door to my room growing up. Remember this?
Oh yeah, is that the exact same?
It's the exact same door.
I like how he checks her out, dude. He gives like the panties a look down. Look at this.
Yeah. He's like,
He's like, excuse me. Gives one more look. Look at that creep, dude. Look at that creep. So funny.
He does an extra sniff, dude.
I mean, that's so it's like, look, even George Clooney's like, It's like, good Lord. I don't understand why people would think that's hot, dude. Diarrhea twins, dude.
That's the exact same door that I had in my room.
I wouldn't have even looked at the back door if I was like, I think he waited a little too soon to look at the back. Like, no, dude, those fuckers are still, they're like within eye shot. They could still like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're in Mexico, but
yeah,
I still wouldn't do it. I'd be like, no, let's drive for like a couple minutes. But he's all amped up. He's like, oh my God, we did it. You guys are officially on my cool book. You guys are rad. We're going to go to the Titty Twister and we are going to celebrate type of thing, which I don't know why this wasn't part of the deal. Didn't he say like,
why didn't he just kick him out of the motorhome now?
They got
and just
guns,
take it?
dude.
Well, no, I'm just saying take it or just go to the Titty Twister without them. Just get rid of them.
Yeah, I don't know why he has to go. I don't know why he has to drag them to the Twister.
And why does he saying he wouldn't kill him if he did?
But why can't he at least drop him off the Titty Twister? Like, why do they have to come in? I don't,
Yeah, he said they have to wait till dawn until the guy gets there.
Yeah, which is a great setup. It's in the title too, and obviously it's double entendre, right? Dusk Till Dawn, the vampire element, and just like, hey, we have to wait. It's great. Yeah. What happened? Yeah.
I love his hands taped up now. You saw the hole in it earlier.
Yeah.
The hole through his hand. He's looking through it. I mean,
yeah. Real funny. And he spit booze on it.
Yeah.
Did we ever see the Dusk Till Dawn TV series? I forgot all about that. Didn't that have the guy from Hostel? Like, and didn't have like or was like
Um,
that guy from Hostel, that Latino guy. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining things.
I don't know, but we need to watch the sequels to this because I heard the second one isn't terrible. I heard it's not great,
Well,
but
you're selling me hard on this then. I heard it's not terrible. Yeah, that's
well, it's
something
Robert
to
Patrick in it, so that'll sell you.
Okay. No, I do want to watch it. It's been on my list for a long time. And I think it's I get the sequels from this movie
Bruce
and
Campbell's in it too.
I get the sequels for this movie and vampires mixed up, but
Oh,
It's John Bon Jovi that's in the vampire sequel, Los Muertos or whatever. The John.
oh, Tiffany Amber Thiesen's in it too.
Okay, and part 2 of this,
Yeah, Danny
I am so
Trejo is in it again.
even though he died, makes total sense.
Raymond Cruz. God, what else is he in? Oh, Blood and Blood Out.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm sold. Yeah, great
Yeah,
cast.
we'll have to watch that.
Let's see. The second one was directed by Evil Dead 2 co-writer Scott
Yep.
Spiegel. Yeah, I think we brought that up a couple of episodes ago when we were talking about this sequel because I'll finally I gotta finally push myself to watch it. The thing is now that we're doing a couple of these commentaries a week, now I'm watching 2 movies for the podcast. Maybe we have to do a commentary for it to make me watch it.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what we got to do.
absolutely. Well,
You know
me
what I
too.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I only have so much time to watch movies, and I'm watching these
I
movies.
yeah, watching 2 movies a week. I don't have time to watch anything else right now. Oh,
I
here's the
like
titty twister.
but I like doing films like this though because I've seen it a
Yeah,
million times. I kind of watch it on my lunch break while playing guitar. I'm like, I've seen this a million times. I just need
yeah.
like a refresher.
That was my
Yeah,
favorite part, dude.
yeah, stinky pussy. It's really good. I wish I had captions on so I could read it. I'll turn it up for this.
Alright, pussy.
I, we're slashing pussy in half. This place is all you know what this place reminds me of? It looks like the kind of place that would have been in Beetlejuice's like
Just
model
yep,
neighborhood.
yep,
It's
mhm.
like, oh, like it's just so like vibrant. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's like this place, it's clearly just built on a set,
Well, he already
but
had a whorehouse there too, didn't he? Beetlejuice? What
yeah,
was it
he had
called?
well, it was called it was called Diablo shit, something about Diablo. I don't remember. Something Diablo. I'm gonna go see Beetlejuice Saturday, the new one.
Uh,
I,
Inferno Room.
oh, Dante's Inferno Room.
Dante's Inferno. Yeah,
Dante,
yeah.
that's right, not Diablo. Dante's Inferno Room. Yeah, so it looks like something straight out of that. It's just so this place would never exist. And I tell you what, if this place did exist, I don't even like stuff like this, but I would have to stop. Like, what is that place? It's happening. And it makes it even more crazy because it's out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around it. It's in the middle of the desert, dude. Like it makes you wonder, like, how does a place like this do business? I mean, they say this is a biker bar, bikers and truck drivers.
It's run by a bunch of carnies, dude, which is crazy. I mean, that's what makes it fun.
Vampire.
Well, here it is.
Yeah, he's gonna break the fourth wall. Here it is. And then I don't know why he's so reckless. George Clooney just beats the shit out of him, which
Yeah,
causes an issue
I
later.
know.
And it's just like, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He's so aggro. And the thing is, this absolutely could have been avoided because they don't tell you anything about this club, which I like it. So you kind of fill in the lore yourself. And I am under the impression that they don't do this on a regular basis. And the only reason they all attacked him is because he did this, they kicked the shit out of him. He comes in later and
Yeah.
there's a scuffle, and then they stab Seth's hand, and then what's her face? Selma Hayek sees the blood, and she
Mhm.
gets all like, oh, and she has to bite it, and it just goes to shit. Now, this place wouldn't stay in business if it was just a flesh trap. If to everybody,
Well
because there's clearly some people in here like Fred the Hammer, Tom Savini. They're
well,
obviously truck
it
drivers
says
or bikers.
bikers and truck drivers. I mean, those are people that wouldn't, they could be lost. So,
Yeah, but you think they would do it to every single one though?
yeah, I don't think so because I mean, they need to get business, right?
I mean, clearly, and also if we're just kind of, I'm gonna assume it's going off classic vampire lore. Like I said, they don't tell you, but when they introduce Selma Hayek, like our goddess, bow your heads, like she's
Mhm.
clearly like the queen bitch, and it
Yeah.
almost kind of insinuates that she's the leader. Because in
Mhm.
vampire lore, the Dracula, the lead vampire, the one who turns them, you got to kill the leader. And when she was talking to George Clooney, like like basically welcome to servitude, or like you're going to be a slave. That's kind of how they all are. Like hypothetically, I would think these vampires are all creations or slaves by her.
Yeah.
So it's that just filling in the lore.
Danny Trejo looks trim, dude.
Yeah, he was young, man. And then when he gets
He
like
was young there? He
no,
doesn't look
he's
his face
yeah,
doesn't look young.
yeah, is well, younger. It's funny when he turns into a vampire, dude, and he's got the prosthetics on his face, and they also give him
Yeah.
prosthetic traps, dude. He all of a sudden turns into Dorian, dude, from The Mask.
Yeah. It's always time.
He's got this big Dorian head, dude, upper body. I love it. And they probably use the same mold.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
Dr. Giggles, don't try to make sense of this trash. Do you not like the
Oh, come
movie?
on, man. This movie is fantastic.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
9 out of 10 for me.
Dude, even if I gave it a 9 out of 10, dude, I couldn't tell you why it doesn't. I wouldn't be able to tell you why I'm not giving it that last point. I really can't. It's honestly kind of a flawless movie. I don't
Mhm.
have a problem with. I think
So much
admittedly,
fun, man.
I think it's probably a 10 out of 10 if I'm being completely honest, because it's lean, it's mean, it doesn't waste its time. The writing is great, the story is great. Like Will pointed out earlier, it's very much like a Tales from the Crypt. I love those kind of stories where they can be contained. They don't overly explain things. It's insanely fun.
Comedic horror, I don't usually give 10 out of 10s. That's just me, but to each their own.
But could you say why it's not perfect? Why what you're just doing it out of principle?
Out of principle, that's the way I usually look at it because I'm not a huge comedic horror fan, but there are certain movies that I love. You know,
I think you're being a little harsh.
a little
I think you
harsh.
got to call a spade and give credit where it's due, man.
No, I'm not saying this isn't a
Because
9 out of
the
10, but
comedy that's in
it's not a
here is
perfect 10
funny.
out of
You're
10.
sitting here laughing at Cheech Marin as the Barker because he's so
Yes, but
funny.
it's not 10 out of 10.
But you
It's
like the part you're not giving it an extra 10 for
yes,
but you
yes.
like that part.
I like that part.
You
Yeah.
like the part that you're actually docking it for.
I have my own rules when it comes to handing out a 10 out of 10.
It
So,
doesn't get a 10 out of 10 because it's got Tom Savini in it. There's Greg Nicotero with that
well,
like old school like
well,
80s
sexy,
metal
she's
hair.
got the cock gun, man.
But yeah, that's Greg Nicotero. He's looking a little
Yeah.
younger there. Why wouldn't you make that gun a little bigger? I
He's
don't
got like
think it's
3 inches, dude.
I don't think it's big enough, dude. He's like looking at I love that when he just gives him that look like it's
You
so
like
fun.
you like my 3 inches? I wonder if that's the way it really is.
I know he probably based it off his real one. We should have said that, like, hey man, is your dick really 3 inches when we met him? He's like, I don't
3-inch
know. Open your
barreled.
mouth, we'll find out. See, like he's even kind of cool. He's like, you like that girl? Let me know if you want to strip. Let me know if you want to strip tease. My treat to the girl. And he's like getting
The
into it,
girl.
huh?
To the Asian girl.
Oh, was it the Asian girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. If that was supposed to be a thing, I just thought
Yeah.
he was being cool. And right now he's trying to offer them all drinks. He wants to drink with them. I kind of like the arc here. So like pretty much at this point, Seth and Jake. I'm getting their names mixed up. Seth is George Clooney, right? Seth is George Clooney.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Mhm.
I don't know. Is Quentin Tarantino like Richie or something? What's his name? It doesn't matter. He's
He
Tarantino.
is, Tarantino. Okay, Seth is George Clooney. Richard is,
Yeah,
Richard Gecko is,
Richard.
yeah.
Okay.
Jacob is, of course, the preacher. Scott is the
And then Kate. Yeah.
kid.
So
Okay, yeah.
anyway, from this point on, George Clooney, and I like it. George Clooney and Jake have this mutual respect for each other. Like he's
Mhm.
in the clear.
Yeah.
And and especially this is even before like shit hits the fan, and now it's like us against vampires. We got to team up. You could tell he likes him. He's listening to him. He tries
Yeah.
to calm him down because he's like, "You're agitated right now." He's like, "Yeah, it's that fucking guy at the start that put his hands on me or whatever." Like you're still
Mhm.
angry at this, or the bartender or whatever, or
Yeah, you start to kinda like Seth, which is crazy, to think about after the shit he pulled prior, but,
because he's got this weird like almost kind of moral compass, but not.
mhm.
Yeah, no, that's a great character arc. That's great writing, and you just got random this movie allows for them to just plug in random characters like Fred the Hammer.
Oh, there he
He's
is.
like, yeah, it's like Fred the Hammer. He's like, well, yeah, you could just be one of the bikers that
He's
stopped by.
smoking that same stogie when we saw him, dude, back in the Crypticon days.
Yeah, I like how once again we don't have any backstory of why he's like this badass guy that rips a heart out, and he's like, it's
Mhm.
almost like he's done business with these guys before, the vampires. He
Yeah.
almost plays himself like he's Blade, like, hey, Monkey Man, what have you got to say to them? You say to me first. It's takes the heart out, but he doesn't know
Yeah.
because he's like inspecting the heart, like he's looking at it, and then Tom Savini comes up with a pencil. So he doesn't know vampires, but he's not fucking scared of vampires. I just think it's
Yeah.
funny. Hey, Monkey Man.
I love this cast, man. I mean, of course, Fred and Tom Savini in the same movie is, I mean, that's gold right there.
But even if you want to think, even if you consider like for Greg Nicotero's in here too,
Yeah.
it's like there's
Nicotero.
kind of a who's who of these makeup guys, and they're all buds. You know, it's just like they're all their dicks came together and touched. I love it. It's Danny Trejo, and now you laugh, bow to your queen. His acting is so hammy, but I love it. This is young, babyface Trejo, dude. What is he, 19 here?
That's a baby face? Baby body, more like it, man. He did
It's like a highway that needs to be repaired, dude. It's like, whoa.
a highway that needs to be repaired.
A bunch of potholes in that bitch, dude. Let's
Oh,
see.
man.
So,
Who has more potholes, him or James Hetfield?
Trejo, dude. Don't insult the het, dude. Give me a break.
No, the Het has a lot too, man.
Trejo's beats him, my friend. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't. There's not some wear and tear on that vehicle, but dude, no, not even close. And you can even see it as they age. Look at Trejo aging, dude. All his like pox are coming out, dude, because he's getting that old fat dude. He's gonna look like a prune.
Yeah.
He's gonna look like a prune face, dude. I love this band, dude. I think they're good.
Yeah. And this is the iconic scene here.
Gamer guy, he starts to tell a story about his experiences in Nam until Vampire Savini gets him. Yeah, so he's just too bad he wasn't that cool in that movie. What's that movie? That old Expendables movie they did with William Sadler and
I don't know if I saw that.
VHW.
Oh, VFW.
VFW. I couldn't
Yeah.
say it right. Yeah, that
Yeah.
movie sucked, dude. By the way, I bought that 4K and I'm like, oh, I'll try it. Look, I think I got a bad. There's no way this 4K looks that bad because I
Really?
got it and it's just like, what? It looks fucking blown out.
Well, that's a 4K you buy at the Dollar Tree, man. That's a Dollar Tree.
It looks better on streaming. Like the 4K looks fucking. It looks bad. No, it's like all blown out, washed out. Like what is going on?
That's terrible.
Dr. Giggle's interesting. He says, I like this movie until it betrays itself. Only movie I've ever walked out of. That includes Phantom Menace. So
Really?
wow. Okay, so
It
you
must
have to
be
follow up. So
okay.
give us your take. I respect your opinion, but the fact that you walked out on this movie, at what point does it betray itself? Did you prefer it when it was the heist on
Yeah,
the run movie or where?
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Did it betray itself when like Salma Hayek got everybody in that theater hard as a rock, dude? It can't be this part. Because I mean,
Oh,
I'm
the
bricked up.
serpent?
I'm bricked up, bro. I'm glad this camera can only see from my tits up because I am bricked up. I'm bricked up from the tits up. That makes no sense. From tits down. No, but okay. Dr. Giggles. It did annoy me. The first half was so good, then it turned so crap, like it intentionally wanted to insult me. Wow.
Hmm.
So you actually think it goes downhill when they get to the Titty Twister, when they do the big
Okay.
change?
Okay.
That's wild. I mean,
And I understand. I mean, it's two different movies, but I
I
mean,
think both movies were great.
yeah.
I think it could have played out just fine the way we had it, but it just would have been a totally different animal. I love it. So I know it is apples and oranges, but how do you feel about a movie like Psycho where they do a similar thing? Did Psycho betray itself? Because Psycho became a much more interesting movie,
Mhm.
right? I personally I would rather watch the first half of this movie fully realized like where that went than Miriam Crane and the money thing. Like
I agree, but it was
that
still
wasn't
good. It
but
was still
that
good.
wasn't like,
Yeah.
you needed the left turn in Psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
but interesting. I'm surprised Robert Rodriguez isn't like playing in this band because he plays in a band and he would always show up. Like I watched the George Lopez show, dude, and like he makes a cameo and he's playing in a band.
Really? What does he play?
He might play himself, but he's like
He
he just like as a
guitar, or
cameo.
does he play?
Oh, I think
Okay.
he's singing in guitar. Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah. Look, he's gonna get a toe mouthful, dude. Did he already get it? No,
Oh,
he
he
already
already
got it.
got he already got
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
she
yeah.
already poured the liquor down his throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody always talks about that. Like, you think she really questioned, wow, so the guy who wrote the script, he cast himself as the guy that he wrote that I stick my foot in his mouth and I
Well,
seduce him.
this is before the internet, before it's actually known that he's,
But
he is
still,
that.
that aside, you have to like kind of think that's interesting. Like, well, you're the guy that wrote it, and you purposely put yourself in this role that you wrote, and you're having me put your foot in my. Wouldn't it be funny, like if Selma Hayek wasn't even cast, dude, and he's like he did a rewrite, quick rewrite, like because sometimes they rewrite as they go and add stuff.
Yeah, but he was the hottest thing after that because he was coming right off of Pulp Fiction, and that I remember how huge Pulp Fiction was at the time. So
What took ugly Cheech Marin so long to come in here and be upset? Did he like knock his ass out for like 20 minutes?
yeah,
I guess he
I
did.
don't know.
Nobody up front like decided to wake him up. Anyway,
So Selma Hayek is also in what Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Was she in that? I can't
yeah,
remember.
she's in both.
Yeah.
She's in both of
Okay.
them. Yeah,
Um.
that looks like it hurts. So this is when everything goes to
Oh.
hell. So think about it. Not only it takes a bit of time before we get to the titty twister, but we are now hitting an hour and we
Yep.
have not hit vampires yet, and we're
Mhm.
about to hit vampires. So it's gonna be yeah. The fact that it takes this long to even get a peep of a vampire is incredible. I even like when, I have to say when George Clooney when she's done doing her dance, and George Clooney's like, "Wow, now that's a show," and they cut back to him, and he's still sitting. Oh, that's a he's really. I almost feel like she's entrancing him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the way she's introduced by Danny Trejo, whatever. I almost feel like it's almost like a siren song,
Oh, absolutely.
because I mean she's hot. Don't get me wrong, but like there's a lot of naked bitches in there that are good looking. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You,
Mhm.
I feel like she almost had him like a tractor beam.
Oh yeah. I mean, she had the snake. She had everything. Yeah. Oh, is
Okay,
that green blood?
wait, yeah. So why is it green? Because they find the knife and it's got green on it. Why is it green?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
Anyway, she's aching for it. Then she turns into the ugliest vampire. It looks like something out of Babylon 5, dude.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm impartial to the vampire design. It's I do like how it's not a traditional like Count Dracula because they have to turn into something. It
Yeah.
makes it does look a little cheesy. It's like
A bunch of lizard people.
it's a mix between like Babylon 5, Alien Nation, and Sleepwalkers.
Yeah.
Consider yourself lunch. It's kind of got this vibe to it. But and there's a little bit of CGI with the morphing effects, but overall, I think it's fine. I like once they're done morphing, it's all practical.
It's not terrible. I mean, it doesn't take you out of it.
Well, you're gonna see Dorian, dude. You're about to see Dorian.
I love Dorian.
You're gonna see Dorian Trejo, dude.
Yeah.
Dorian Danny.
Yeah.
There he is, dude. He's got giant lats, dude. Yeah, Tom Savini. Yeah, Tom Savini is so likable in this too. God, I really want to like him because he's so funny.
I know. And a
It's
lot of people
amazing.
like him too. Everybody has good experiences with him except us.
And her face when she first of all she had like a weird cleft like Rocky Dennis face. It almost
Mm,
I couldn't tell if it was supposed to. It kind of looks like a bat. I think they're supposed to be like bat creatures.
could
Like
be.
I think that yeah, I love that dude. He all of a sudden has like a dead flesh
Right.
body
Yeah,
guitar.
I like that.
It's so funny, dude. Makes no sense.
Okay, so this is Dr. Giggles. The moment I walked out was a vampire playing human body guitars.
Oh, that was just now. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
that's
That's where it
funny.
lost you?
That's
I love it. I think it's so funny. It doesn't take itself seriously. Look at that. It's great, dude. The
yeah.
head dude bobbing down there.
Mhm.
That's why. So have you never seen the rest of the movie? Surely you watched it. Did you know that you only had 40 minutes to sit through at that point? I just never understood walking out on a movie. There's been a couple I've wanted to, but I'm too cheap. I have to get my money's worth. Like, I'm not throwing away this
I did
investments.
walk out of House of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
but
that was
but you were probably on a date, and she
I
probably
was on a date,
and
yeah.
you probably that's different. Like, hey, if the other person's miserable too, because there's no way they were liking it.
No,
There's no way
but
this gentleman was liking it.
but that theater was packed, like,
No.
we were pretty much the only ones that walked out, which is crazy,
Was
man.
it really packed? Remember
Yes,
back in the day where everybody
yes,
watched every movie? Remember back in the day, like the thing to do on the weekends was go to the movies,
yep,
and literally everything could have an audience. It's like literally you would go and maybe you'd want to see whatever the hotter movie was, but it would be sold out. Like, well, let's go see
yep,
House of the Dead.
yep.
It's just that's not like that anymore, man. I see big movies and I'll go in a matinee, it's empty.
Yeah, and I still don't go to theaters anymore. I don't know.
I still attest that you should have saw Alien Romulus in theaters. You still have a chance. I think it's a theater movie, man.
You know, a lot of those I just wait till they come out on physical, and
I know, but I'm telling you, if you're going to see any type of movie in theater, I think it has something to offer in that setting, which I
I
think,
got Dolby Atmos now, so
yeah, but you got a tiny ass TV. Go see it on a big fucking screen in the dark, the way that movie is. I think that movie is served well in a theater. Most often, I would agree with you.
65 isn't that tiny.
I mean, it's okay. It's tiny. It's not very good.
Compared to a theater screen, yeah, but it's not gonna look as good as it
I'm
does
just
on
saying, I'm just saying that
a
movie benefited from it. That movie
okay.
benefited. I'm just kidding. I mean, a 60 inch is probably fine. I mean, it's all about it's all
Oh,
about
look
taste
at Dan
anyway.
Trejo. Oh, here we go. Trejo versus Savini.
Yep. You're like, I like how everybody just assumes, oh, these are vampires. We know what to do.
Yeah.
Stabs him. That's like just such confidence. And I would like to know Sex Machine's story. And I'm surprised he didn't have like
Oh, I just noticed his eyeballs went into the corner pockets of the
oh yeah,
pool
yeah,
table.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that didn't lose you? Well, I guess he walked out by that point.
Yeah.
You didn't see the eyeball. That didn't redeem you. That didn't bring it back. So, this is a very early Selma Hayek role. If not, was this maybe one of her first roles? This
I
wasn't
bel
her first movie, right?
No, I don't think this is her first movie. I can look up her,
And then,
that's a
she actually got some
pretty
lines.
good vampire.
Look,
Not
very,
terrible.
very, very lucky. Very lucky that chandelier fell and actually impaled her in the heart.
How can you do that, man? That's
So I noticed in
cool.
this part, it feels like it's been forever since we've seen the pastor and his kids. They just kind of come out of hiding.
Yeah.
Because we just got done watching Fred the Hammer and like Tom Savini and everybody kick ass for a while. Why did
Mark,
that guy? That drives me crazy. This guy was in the clear, dude. Why did that guy try and do that? Like, let the guys that have been kicking all
get
their
the hell
asses.
out of there.
Yeah, like let all the guys that are whooping these guys' asses kill him. He was walking toward them. Why would you go up to him and hit him with a? I don't know. It's so dumb. Hey, Monkey Man, say it to me first. He's a good-looking vampire, dude. He's creepy, and
Fred's great, dude.
it's a pretty iconic shot when Fred turns into the vampire and you see him like do this and all the bats come. Ooh.
You know what? I'm starting to think Fred was right about you, Aaron. You need to stop watching so many cartoons.
Because I'm saying good things about him. Well, fuck him. Fuck you too. Yeah, I know, man. Maybe it is just us. Maybe it is just me. Could it be that maybe it's not a coincidence that we have all these stories about these idols of ours burning us, being assholes, but then you hear all these stories about everybody like, oh, he's great. They were great. Maybe
I don't think
it's us.
Hammer did a convention since. I think that was his
Yeah,
last one.
Fred the Hammer just was really miserable.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be there. He's like, I could be out like golfing or something right now. Like, what the hell is this?
Desperado was her first movie.
Okay, so this is probably like her second movie. This is like right up there.
Uh,
Look at the one with the
no,
saggy
that was
tits, dude.
No, that was soundtrack. Never mind. I'll
When'd
look
she
that
do
up.
Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry?
No, she was in TV series before that.
Well, I said film.
Yeah, okay, film. She did. Yeah, Desperado was her second film, and then she was in Four Rooms, A Dancing Girl. I didn't know that. She was
Dancing
in
Girl.
Fair Game. I didn't know that. Fair Game with Cindy Crawford and William
Daniel Baldwin,
Baldwin.
Billy Baldwin.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah, I
Everybody's
never.
obsessed with it because Cindy Crawford was in it but
It
she's
was
a
like her,
terrible actress.
but that's when she was like all over MTV doing the hosting stuff for MTV and the modeling, Fashion Week and stuff like that.
Christopher
And
McDonald's in it. I didn't know he was in that. He's
oh,
so
all the
hot.
heavy hitters:
I
Billy
love
Baldwin,
Christopher McDonald. Oh,
Christopher
yeah.
McShooter McGavin himself.
Yes, I love a shooter, dude. He's so funny.
That's so funny. Let's see. Zakito, it feels like a lot of those guys fell off in the 2000s. Who? Like Fred the Hammer and Savini? Well, Savini stopped getting what's the deal with Savini? Did why does everybody go with Nicotero now? I love how the band's just still standing. They never went anywhere. They never
Yeah.
attacked anybody. They're just
Well,
like
they're
now
vampire band.
I know, but like
Yeah.
I love Savini. He has a great line. Now let's take care of that fucking band. That's the way he says it. It's and what I don't they commit Harry Carey. Fuck it's like fuck you, good night. And they blow up, dude. Why?
That is pretty cheesy, dude.
They'd rather like just like blow up, dude. I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
You were responding to a question, I believe.
Oh yeah, so who felt I was wondering why the Godfather of Gore, Tom Savini, why did it become why did he stop getting work? Surely he didn't retire, right? Because it
I
seems
don't know.
like
He's
Greg,
in his 70s, isn't he?
but it's been like that for a long time, right? Greg Nicotero was coming up in the 80s, and Greg Nicotero was getting work in the 90s, but just Greg Nicotero took over. Like he's like the guy.
Yeah.
And so at what point did Tom Savini not be the guy anymore? So you could say he's in his 70s, but like I don't think he's been the guy for 20 plus years, 25 years, like he way before retirement age.
Yeah, he really hasn't been working since 2013, I believe. And he has something to do with Terrifier 3, it says, but it says to be announced. So
Zakito, Me Too, I think got Savini. I think you're confusing him for Ron Jeremy. They do look the same. Not, I don't like. Yeah, he's Luigi to Ron Jeremy's Mario, dude. No, I don't know. Is there any truth to that? I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard
Is
anything
Tom
either.
Savini big enough to Me Too? Why does
I
he look
don't
like
know.
Zach Morris with those fangs,
He
those eyes, dude?
does, dude.
He like give me Zach Morris energy with those blue eyes, like a blonde Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And then he turns into the tall man Frankenstein over here. It looks weird. Cool scene. Yeah. But
More Dorian there, dude. That's a Dorian mask there,
that's more of a
too.
Dorian too, yeah. What happened to Dorian, dude? Dorian doesn't get any work either.
He's great. I love Dorian.
He peaked. No, but seriously, what happened? Ron Jeremy's Wario. What happened to Savini? No, I really want to
Well,
know. So,
he opened up his own school, so I mean, I don't
he
know what.
does. He's become a total con hound. I mean, Greg Nicotero's not a con hound. Why? Because Greg Nicotero's busy working. Right. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
he's doing
I'm
TV
not saying
series, Walking Dead, and all that.
Nicotero has done the occasional like Day of the Dead or something like he's done a big one or whatever, but he's not like a hound. It's not like it's Savini's income. I'm convinced,
Hmm.
and just why, these
Well,
guys
nobody's doing practical effects anymore. That could be a
that
reason.
could be it too. You're right, and that's kind of he would also do like stunt work too, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. People don't do practical, and I guess the people that are, it's Nicotero's got it on lockdown. I guess I don't know. He's like it would be so frustrating to be an effects guy. I
Oh,
think.
absolutely.
But
Now you
people,
can do more Children of the Living Dead movies.
I mean, look, Children of the Living Dead came out in what 2001. So even then, he was not above just taking the paycheck. He did that movie.
And if you're listening to this, go watch our commentary of that movie because it was phenomenal. Let me just tell you what.
It came out great. It really did.
Yeah, I
It came
enjoyed
out.
it, man.
It
It was
came
so
out
much
real good.
fun.
You know,
I
we
learned
don't.
so much about that shitty movie.
I mean, he's still glad you sold it. Did you sell it or you still own it?
I own the VHS.
All right, but you used to have the DVD. You got rid of the DVD.
Yeah.
All right, Sean Boyle, you can catch Savini snubbing makeup artists and hitting on young ladies at most horror cons. Yeah. So snubbing makeup artists, does he have a reputation for the workplace
I don't
and
know if he
how
has a
he
beef
is?
with them or not.
Yeah, does he throw shade? Yeah, is he jealous of a guy like Nicotero? Like, back in the 90s, he worked with Nicotero because Nicotero did the makeup of this movie. Nicotero and
Mhm.
his crew. But I mean, Nicotero was around. Nicotero did Evil Dead too.
Yeah.
He's goated for me. But maybe this has been a long time coming. This is almost 30 years ago. So it's like since then, Savini's like, all right, where's all my work? Oh, you're going with Nicotero again. Oh, okay. Let me know if anything comes up. Click.
I can't believe this movie's 30 years old, dude. I feel fucking old now.
It's not quite 30 years old. What,
Oh,
28?
oh my
Sean
god.
Boyle. So he says, yeah, he throws tons of shade. Give us some examples of that. Cause I don't, I guess I'm just too caught up in my own drama with him that I don't read anybody else's, but he just comes off like a curmudgeon, man. He just comes
I'd
off
love
that
to
way.
settle the score with them though. I would love to bring him on the show. Maybe we can do a commentary of one of his great movies, and we can settle the score with him.
Be like, what if it was on his own terms and he had to pick the movie and he just picked the biggest piece of shit?
He can pick whatever he wants. I mean, I thought he was great in Night Riders. I know you're not a fan of that movie, but
I
I
am
thought
not
he was
sitting
really good in
here
that.
for 3 hours to watch Night Riders for
I like
anybody.
Night
Not for
Riders.
you people. Not for in 3 hours. I would bring him on to ask him about Night Rider. Okay, we can bring him on. Like, yeah, we'll see if we can pencil him in. But we got to bring him on. If he's lucky, we'll have him, and then we'll do Night Riders. And if he's lucky, I'll stay on for 90 minutes. Because like, look, I'll tell Tom to his face, I'm gonna stay for as long as I think this movie should be. And
I love to do Night 90. I love Night 90. It's on
Night
my wall
90, I
right
would
here.
too.
I mean, it's
Night
one of my
90's great.
favorite zombie films.
Night 90's great. Night 90's great.
Yeah.
But even then, I would love to be able to candidly talk to. Not that it would be big for us or anything. I don't think we'd have anything to gain by having the tell-all interview. It's like Diane Sawyer, the sit down with Tom
Yeah.
Savini answering all the questions. It's not, but I would love to ask him, like, dude, why are you such a fucking asshole?
I love to box in, like, have a box come in of your mom and my wife. Be like, hey, remember when
You're like, oh,
you're
for me, it was Tuesday, the
yeah,
day
yeah,
that
exactly.
Savini graced your world, the type of thing. Yeah, he
Remember you were
doesn't
a
remember.
jerk to our family?
Yeah, he's like, you guys to be more. You guys have to specify more because he's an asshole to everybody. I'm sure. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you remember that one chick you fucked at that con? Need more. I've done a lot. Remember he was doing this, and he has grandkids running around.
Yeah,
His
yeah, I remember that.
grandkids,
Yeah.
his grandkids are running around this con floor wreaking havoc, dude.
Yeah, yeah, they were, like, grabbing stuff off tables or something, I don't remember, but
Yeah,
they
they're
were doing
grabbing shit
some
off tables, grabbing 8x10s. They were just wreaking
yeah.
havoc. They came by our table. I'm pretty sure they came by and like reacted to like my animatronic Freddy and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
if I can go back in time, I'd be like, hey, give this to your grandfather for me. I would have gave him something. And he would have
Remember
opened
the
it up
year
and it would have had monkeypox in it. Ah,
remember the year after Crypticon, they said that we couldn't come back. We got banned from Crypticon for trying to get interviews with the actual, directors and the people that were there.
I don't think we got banned. We got soft banned. We didn't
We
get
were the
called
only
out,
ones doing it.
but we didn't get banned. We didn't get called out by name, but they were talking at us. They didn't zero us out, but they're referring to us, and they just basically said that we couldn't do that shit anymore. I'm like,
Yeah,
so
because we were talking to Scott Wilson, we were talking to all the actors there, which the actors were great, we didn't
yeah,
have any problems with them.
I've always wondered who I
Maybe it was Savini. It was like, "Oh, these freaking kids are coming up to me asking me to
yeah,
do."
it's tough to say, man. I mean, I could see where like some of these people just want to come there, like, hey, I came here to I came here to get some supplemental income. I'm not coming here to do because who likes press? Probably nobody really. And it's like a necessary evil when you're promoting a project. And a lot of those guys probably aren't promoting projects. It's like, well, I don't want to sit here.
It
I'm
doesn't matter. Just look
like
at JDF, man. You
like
be
I
nice to
I
people,
know
and they're gonna come and fork over the money
absolutely.
for you.
It goes a long way, and
Yeah,
everybody mostly was. So my theory was always that, yeah, you just had this one asshole that complained, you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it might have been a Savine, it might have been a Fred the Hammer
They could have been, yeah.
because Fred the Hammer never came. He was like, hey, these guys kept driving me crazy, and we weren't driving anybody crazy. Like
No.
we were being very nice, and respectful, and
He was out there
going.
by himself smoking a stogie, and we were just asking him stuff.
Oh, we came by his table.
Well,
Remember?
that
One never
too. I mean,
knows.
yeah,
Like nobody there, dude.
nobody. And I was getting
And
my poster signed the next day, but he
and
was
we would and
gone.
we would always go by. Usually we'd try and go by places when it wasn't busy, but we try and hit up people early in the weekend, when we had a spot, when it looked like we had a spot to talk to them, we'd ask, and it would always be, hey, when you guys are not busy, maybe on a Sunday, could we come by? And they was usually, yeah, agreed. So I just
Yeah,
don't really see what the deal, and all they could do is say no.
yeah,
Maybe they feel like, well, I don't want to be like the asshole and be like the guy that says no. But I don't know. I watch it be funny, and it had been like Ernie Hudson, the nicest guy in the world.
yeah.
It could have been.
Could have been,
But
yeah.
the thing is Ernie Hudson has done a lot of those. I don't think, and he did them after us. So like I don't think it was Ernie, because Ernie would put it in his thing like, hey, nobody don't interviews, but he was doing interviews at other cons later, unless he's like, hey, I don't like being like cold cocked and like talk, like let's arrange it proper.
Well,
I don't know.
didn't Kane Hodder get in trouble for putting people in headlocks? That's what I heard. Like
Kane Hodder was an asshole too.
he puts you in a headlock. I think he might have done me as well, but
Yeah, he hurt
like
me.
he had to stop doing that.
I know, man. I have a bad neck now. It's probably his fault. I think I should sue him
Sue him for the $12 he gets at conventions.
for his fucking 1997 Dodge Stratus. I'll take it. I'll take everything he owns, including the change in that console. But he was kind of a rude asshole too. But once again, I don't know if he would have been rude to fans, or maybe it's just because we came up to him asking him if he would like to chat for a minute. He probably
Yeah,
went. Maybe he went on like the automatic defense, like, oh, but
yeah.
dude, we're not fans too. But whatever. Zakito, let's see. Wait, hold on. Have Ernie sign my Congo VHS.
Ernie was a nice guy, I thought.
Yeah, he didn't even have a handler, dude. He had his own fanny pack taking the money. He'd be like, oh, $20. Like,
Didn't he steal an extra 10 from you or something like that? You gave him like a 20 or a 30.
no, you're fucking confusing him for Skippy, dude.
Oh, that was
Smart
Skippy.
price, dude. I'm like, whoa, you get. I gave you a 50. What are you doing?
He's like, oh, you did? No, you didn't.
Oh, you did? Like he didn't say no, he did. He didn't push back. He's like, oh, I did. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. He took my word. I could have been ripping him off. He took my word for it.
Didn't you buy some other stuff from Skippy too, like a t-shirt that was made from like a iron or something like that? Like
my wife
pressing?
wears my Ragman t-shirt all the time. Dude.
Oh, really?
It's like her house night shirt, dude. She wears the Ragman shirt all the time.
It is a rag shirt, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so Zakito says, I met Hulk Hogan years ago, and yeah, weird how he's ripping his shirt at Trump. Oh, don't make me say the word, dude. I gotta bleep that out now. God, at tea rallies now. Make America great again, brother.
That I've always liked Hogan. Hogan's funny, dude. He's hysterical. Him and Flair. Oh man,
Ric Flair, dude. He's a trip.
Yeah, they're all funny. Those old wrestlers, great.
All right, so where are we at? We got we don't have to beat path here.
Tom and we got Fred here.
What are they talking about?
Talking a game, trying to get out of the situation, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, what did Savini already get bit? Yeah, he's got the fang.
Started to.
He's like, it's so funny. He's like, oh, this is very like Three Stooges, like silly.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty good physical actor, like his goofiness. Like
he's not a terrible actor.
Nah, he's goofy. He's funny. I love it. Oh, nothing's wrong. Little. You sound like Freddy, dude. I touched him. Yeah, but I don't know what it is, man. It's just when you go to these conventions and guys like Fred the Hammer, it sucks because I've seen other interviews of Fred the Hammer in the last couple of years, and he seems like a really interesting guy.
Yeah,
he's like talking about history and his career in football and everything he's done, and it really, this is funny, dude. He gives me dude. He gives me Pee Wee vibes and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He does, dude.
Oh, what when we do Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Mm-hmm.
That movie's like 80 minutes. It's perfect, dude.
I always liked that movie. That movie creeped me out when I was a kid.
Buffy?
Yeah.
I like
when he was going up to the window, like in
Yeah,
Salem's Lot type of
yeah,
thing.
David Arquette, "Let me
Yeah,
in."
yeah,
It is like a say like I'm pretty sure he just, like, shuts the window on him, dude, like, Pike's just like,
yeah, yeah,
"Stoned," like, "Whatever." Yeah, it's a fun movie. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's a real fun movie.
yeah. It's a kid's movie. I mean, it's a kid's horror flick.
"Come on, jive cracker." I don't know what he says, but "Jive turkey." Like, I'm not a cracker, but
He he smacks that kid.
yeah, good riddance. Dude, I like I said, everybody here would have such a great, like, prequel backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that. How come he turned so fast,
Oh,
dude?
man.
And he's the ugliest vampire,
It's
dude.
terrible, dude.
He looks like King Koopa from the Mario Brothers
He
movie when he turns
does.
into a lizard, dude, and he's like, "Arr."
That's an actually scary, dude.
And it's
Bring the
actually really
hammer, dude.
scary when all the bats come in, dude, like, just the thought that this raw out there.
Oh, yeah.
And this looks totally Tales from the Crypt, dude, going through these
Yeah.
tunnels. Actually, that was like some Mortal Kombat effects, dude.
Mm.
Oh, why are some vampires
That's
like,
Tales from the Crypt, yeah.
that was like a rubber, dude. That was like a Greg Nicotero with like a rubber duck, dude, rubber chicken behind the door. Okay, yeah, we got the pastor out here.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Oh my goodness. So we already lost like the the now we're back down to the core cast because we lost
Yep.
the best side characters, which is too bad. But yeah, this is pretty neat. I always wondered how this worked. He makes like a homemade crucifix, like it works. So it's just like you just have to believe it's a crucifix for it to work.
Yeah, I don't know if you just have to show a crucifix to these vampire every vampire's different, it seems like.
But these seem to be traditional.
Yeah.
That kind of looks interesting, like that grab that the vampires behind the fire. It's a
Yeah.
little yeah. It's got a bit of a '90s stink on it though, but I don't mind it.
That's alright.
You ever seen the movie Strangeland?
Yeah.
Like that's like the ultimate '90s stink horror movie, dude. That's a bad movie.
It's a bad I liked it when it
I
came out,
I
though.
feel like we should
I
do
used to
Strangeland. I feel
We
like
should.
I
I've
would
rent
love to I would love to do Strangeland.
I haven't seen that since the '90s. I used to rent it, like, 2 or 3 times, at Blockbuster.
You know what's so funny is I actually think I wasted money. I bought digitally. I bought Strangeland digitally last year
Oh, really?
because I hadn't seen it since the late
I
'90s. Like,
hear it
oh,
doesn't hold up.
no,
It's
no.
pretty bad.
Because I remember Strangeland, like, oh, they were writing about all the metal magazines because of D. Snyder and the soundtrack. And I remember it was like, ooh, it's supposed to be so hardcore. And then I remember watching it like on Skinamax or something in the '90s. And then I wanted to relive it. And I watched it like, wow, this is first of all, this is very weak.
Yeah.
This is so watered down. There's nothing scary about this. It's so lame.
Does it have to
It,
do with the internet or what was it?
yeah,
Uh,
he's
chat rooms or something
yeah,
or
it's
what?
early like AIM chat room type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And then D. Snyder plays a guy. His scream name is Captain Howdy, which is like obviously a reference. It's a Exorcist reference,
yeah.
right? Captain Howdy, and yeah, he's trolling in the chat rooms and he's luring girls out on dates, and it's just it's very interesting a time capsule because it's like
Mhm.
wow, it's like it was ahead of its time
Yeah.
because this movie came out like '97 or something. It's like wow, like this is really the early
Was it
days.
97? I thought it was earlier than that. Maybe it was 97.
No, 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 but
I was thinking like 95. That's
no.
crazy.
Strangeland. Oh, 98.
Oh,
Not
98. Jeez,
98.
that's even later.
But
Okay.
this was like the very early days of the chat room type stuff still. We're
Yeah.
like a couple of years deep into that, and it wasn't commonplace, and it's just, it was pretty interesting for them to go there.
Hmm.
But it's funny to hear them talk about the technology in that movie now, like
Yeah.
25 years and how they're acting about like, they don't know how to it's just they were really just kinda, like, pulling stuff out of their ass with how stuff worked, dude. It's really funny.
It's like the brain scan technology from that
Oh,
movie.
somebody must have a dummy account because I summoned him. Captain Howdy.
Heck
Yes?
yeah.
Captain Howdy, Captain Howdy, Captain Howdy. Captain Howdy, are you in the room with us now? Whose dummy
Uh,
account is this? It's gotta be a dummy account. Unless you're really just creeping on us, Captain Howdy.
oh,
W
I love this. The jackhammer,
The yeah, the steak, jackhammer steak.
yeah, Jackhammer steak.
So correct now again, why do they have all these weapons here? Do they apprehend them from people? And why would bikers and truckers have you know, crossbows? Like
Yeah, no,
like
that's a
what
good
like
question.
it would make sense if they had guns like they've collected from their
Yeah,
victims. You know,
yeah.
these guys pack, but they don't have
Mhm.
crossbows, do they?
No, I
And
wouldn't think so.
maybe it's possible like some people know about it and there's been vampire. I don't know. Where'd they get Super Soaker, dude?
Oh, and he blessed it, of course, because he's the preacher.
Yeah, he got his faith again, dude.
Yeah.
They had to go back and circle back around with that arc.
So if he bathed in holy water, they wouldn't be able to touch him then, right?
It's a good it's a good point, but the holy water dries real fast, right?
Yeah, but it seeps into your skin, right? So
Just
you're
drink it and piss on them, dude.
yes.
Fill your bladder with holy water. Holy piss, dude.
Ugh.
We're almost gonna get to my favorite part. Kill me, Kate.
Oh,
Kill me,
yeah.
Kate. He's got looking at you with dead eyes, dude. But this kid, I don't know. Yeah, why does I don't know. I think I'd rather have the crossbow than that giant like fucking cock that George Clooney's rocking. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
would too.
I mean, yeah, I would think you're gonna get something stuck on it. You would have like no mobility. Like it's not gonna help you out from people behind you, dude. And yet it's close range, dude. You can't like get far away.
I mean, you get one vampire and you can't really turn it, so you're kinda stuck in one and then you gotta pull it out and
Mirabile Dictu, don't you agree? What is that like a reference I should remember? Hold on. Please hold Captain Howdy. Mirable Dictu, meaning wonderful to relate. Don't you agree? I'm gonna see if they actually said that in did they say that in Exorcist? We'll see if they did. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess he did. Well,
he heard
weird.
he heard the word exorcist and he was summoned. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're pretty much just trying to walk through these tunnels with the cross, the crucifix, shotgun.
It's where Pantera got their album name from. Exorcist. Much too vulgar display of power.
Yeah. Look at that thing, dude.
Yeah, it's total like it is kind of like Demon Night Demons, dude.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you like a Tales from the Crypt vibes for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised. It's like the rumor. I don't know if I feel like it was confirmed, and then like now I'm unsure, but like it was always said that A Death Becomes Her was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie. And
Ugh,
I,
thank
I
God
feel
it's
like
not.
I love Death Becomes. That's a
I
10 out of
hate
10.
that movie. That movie
Love
stinks.
10 out of 10. Love it.
Ugh, I
But
hate it.
I don't even I feel like a movie like this could have been too, because it's almost like they don't have to write these as they just pick from a pile of scripts at the studio and was like, oh, this could be Tales from the Crypt. This could be Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
This could be Tales from the Crypt. Oh no. We're starting the chat now with all everybody's like in here jumping on the Pazuzu bandwagon. Captain Howdy. Oh my gosh. Quad nomen mihi est. I don't know. I don't remember what that means. You guys worship Satan on your own time. No, I just kidding. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. Well, you're not worshiping Satan, you're worshiping the wind demon. You know, Captain Howdy, Pazuzu, can I call you Pazuzu? Eh,
So my
Pazuzu's
wife
kind of
calls me as the wind demon.
yeah. Uh, but Pazuzu's like a low level demon, dude. Aren't you just like a hack? Like he's a wind demon. Like he's not even
Mm,
like dangerous in lore, right? Isn't he just like a pussy?
as far poor Savini.
Take his head off.
Yep.
What? Okay, so they're like super strange, but their heads pop off like fucking Pez, dude. I don't. I love it, man. I think people should. I like the appreciation for B movies, man. I've never thought B movies meant bad.
No,
Look,
not at all.
I just they're just a certain type of quality about him. Look, why does he turn into a dog, dude? A rat?
It's
Like,
Resident Evil, man.
yeah, really. No, it's more like Parasite Eve.
Oh,
Did you ever play Parasite Eve?
no.
Mutated rats. They literally had the mutated rats.
I don't remember that.
Um, Yeah, that's creepy. I mean, I don't know where this logic comes from, but he cut off his head. I'd understand. Well, I guess vampires shapeshift, right? Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop trying to make sense of this movie. You guys remember that movie Feast?
I liked it. That's a good movie.
That's kind of a movie like this too, where it's very contained in one location. Don't you have like Henry Rollins in that movie? I don't remember
Yeah,
much about it. I just remember being.
I enjoyed the first. I never saw the second one, but the first one is actually pretty fun.
Wasn't Feast produced by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, dude?
It might have been.
They had
I could
that contest on whatever channel at the time, Spike, or they had some kind of like contest show where the winner they would produce their script, and that was Feast. Like whoever the winner was,
really.
yeah, it was behind some kind of competition or reality show, and that was the winner. Is like like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon would produce whatever script won.
Hmm.
Like
So
this
this
is
had.
funny. This is great, dude. Shooting people through hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're
why?
exploding.
Yeah, I know, makes no sense.
Yeah, it's a green goo right there. So this movie was made for 19 million.
Wow, 19 million, huh?
Yeah, box office was 59.3 million. So
Yeah, that's a hit.
yeah.
It's big enough hit to get a slew of straight to video sequels, but not another theatrical.
Yep.
Look at the tough guy Chinese kid, dude. Just like, come on, with his water gun. So where's their genitalia, dude? I don't get it. They're naked. Let their dicks fall off. Oh no.
I don't know. They get hair on their backs. Oh shit.
So yep.
Come to daddy.
So his daddy's turned, and he's gonna get it. His dad fucking bites him.
Mhm.
His own dad. Why do they turn so fast? He's got these like balloons of piss, dude. That's what it looked like. That's cool. I think that's
Yeah.
that's really cool. He was saying like his prayer. Okay, now all the zombies are gonna
Try
attack
holy
him.
water, death breath.
They're gonna get him like Day of the Dead style. And like he's just
Yep.
taking it like a man. I love it.
Yeah.
Kill me, Kate. Sorry, I have to turn it up for the kill me, Kate part. I
Yeah.
gotta hear
Do
it
it.
because it's so terrible, dude. But his screams are selling. Look, he's screaming in agony now, but now he's gonna like watch. I love it. Great acting. Kill me, Kate. What a way to go, dude. Just getting like nibbled on by a bunch of teeth, dude. I mean, crazy, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't get why they're like full of dynamite.
And they explode. Yeah.
Why? It's full of... So interesting dynamic that our last two people alive are George and the daughter. It makes,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
So this movie was critically it got what 63% of viewers loved it, 51% of critics liked it. So it was a mild success. It was a C grade for the majority of people, but I think it's a lot better than that, man. It's so
No,
much
I think it's
fun,
a ton of,
dude.
I love just the extra kick in the nuts that literally the dad died and the brother died right before sunrise, dude.
Yeah.
What does this remind me? I think this is a really cool sequence. Like shoot the holes in the walls.
Yeah.
It's really cool and it's really clever. I think it's really neat.
Was on Fright Night as well? Or am I tripping?
No, yeah. Not they didn't use a gun though, did they?
I don't remember.
They did something to pierce the wall. Yeah, something similar, but I don't know if it was quite like this, but similar. And actually, I don't know why I forgot this, but Cheech Marin plays a triple role, right? He's his rendezvous, he's his contact, right?
Oh, no shit. I don't remember that.
I'm
Was
wondering.
he?
I don't know why I can't remember either, but I think he's the contact he meets. Like, what the hell happened here?
That's right. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, there he is.
I forgot about
I
it.
love it. Like, what the hell happened here? Like, why? What is it? Look at that. It sounds like the disco ball,
Yeah.
dude. It's fucking stupid. So funny.
Yeah.
And I'm turning it up because I want to hear what he says. He does stuff like, "Look, why'd you recommend this place?" Because it's a total thing that was avoidable. Like, why did you recommend this place? And it's just like an accident,
He finally got to the contact. It's perfect.
it's almost like it would have been a setup, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Look. No. Why? What I don't understand is, can they not get a hotel? A motel? A shitty motel?
I don't know. Meeting in a
What were they,
bar.
psychos? That's funny. Yeah, I don't understand like why they just didn't get a room, man.
I don't know. Meeting in a bar. Who knows? I mean, maybe they didn't trust him. Maybe they thought he was armed and it would be
Well,
a lot
to be
safer to be in public. I don't know.
think about the passage of time here, man. So when they crossed the Mexican border, it was day. When they got to the Titty Twister, it was still no, it was night.
Dusk.
It was dusk. So Dusk Till Dawn, how many hours is that? So the
8.
movie is they were only here in movie time for an hour. But we never really saw any passages of time like in the editing. So it was really weird. It played out like it was an hour, but it was supposed to be like what, 8? It's kind of interesting. I never really thought about
Yeah,
that.
but didn't they show them all drinking and stuff like that? So, I mean, they could
Maybe.
have been doing that for, 6 hours for all the hell we know. So,
I guess. Still a great place, dude. Be a shame for that. Look at that. I want that big lady in your basement, dude. Put that like on your
oh, that'd
wall.
be great. I'd love that.
Yeah, the movie wishes it was Fright Night. Fright Night's a great movie, man. I
This is
think it's
better than Fright Night, in my opinion.
Dr. Giggles, I think the answer is it was in the script. Self-serving, you say? Yeah. But anyway, they've been through hell and back. They're probably, I'm surprised they're not besties. He's going to send her on her way, but then she's going to want to go with him, right? I can't remember exactly what happens. Does he reject her? Or does she let her come with? Because he's going to send her on her way.
Yeah. They come.
They come. I bet they come tonight.
She'll come. I know that.
Yeah, she'll come multiples. The Clooney, dude.
Looking at him. Sure, she already did.
Get that Clooney gasm, dude. And it's so weird. Talk about like somebody being likable. I mean, I don't know. Like, where do you go from here? She's like the pastor's daughter.
Well, she was so unlikable in Natural Born Killers, and in this, she's the complete opposite role. So,
I've never wanted to watch Natural Born Killers.
oh really?
It's just a turn off to me. Like, I don't really care to watch a movie that's I've seen clips. I know how it's portrayed. You're watching it almost through the media and through TV. I don't. Is it any good? I don't.
I recommend watching it once. I've only seen it a couple times, and it's not something I go to. That's an Oliver Stone movie, right? Because I'm not a huge Oliver Stone guy.
Yeah, it's an Oliver Stone movie. And look, see, he's that. I don't know. He's got the whole full sleeve like Carrie King, dude. It's cringe. 90s cringe, dude.
It's
Tribal tats were
totally
all the rage.
90s, but I like that back in the 90s. I thought they looked cool, man.
God, dude. I don't think it looked cool in the 90s.
You didn't?
No, cringe.
You didn't
dude.
think Carrie King's tattoos look cool?
Ultra cringe, dude. Cringe master.
Really?
Cringe lord. You wanted to be a cringe in training, dude. A cringe squire, dude. Not even surprised. You're gonna have like, did you want like tribal sleeves with your khakis and your puka shell necklace, dude? Your shell toes?
I couldn't pull it off, man. I didn't have any arms. I still don't.
So wait, so she didn't go with him.
Oh, she didn't come. That's all right. I forgot.
Do not come.
Yeah.
But see, that's almost like a redeeming quality for Clooney, right? Because it's like, no, you don't want to part. You just you're good.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's a cool shot.
You like the pan out that it was built on top of an ancient Mayan temple?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
Cool.
Very cool. And the fact that nobody notices that driving from the other side.
Yeah, I know.
Is it not
like
those
old cars and shit? Yeah.
Is it not like a protected landmark or something?
They pretty much dump all the old
Vehicles and stuff.
vehicles after
Yeah,
the
helicopter.
bikers and the trucks and go through
There's no
there.
way that would just go sight unseen.
Giant graveyard.
So let's see. Yeah, back when Oliver Stone started smoking pot, what did it say? I think it's weird how Juliette Lewis had two characters act alongside creepy characters like this film and Cape Fear. Cape Fear is great though.
Yeah, I like
Cape
that
Fear,
too.
come out wherever you are.
Mhm.
That's a good movie and it's really creepy. And now with Natural Born Killers, like isn't that movie Quentin Tarantino disowns it, right? Because they fucked his script up.
Yeah. I
You
mean, I
know,
didn't think it was terrible. It's just a movie I can't watch very much.
because I think Tarantino's script was more focused on Robert Downey Jr., the journalist,
Yeah.
and then like you were kind of getting all the other bits like through the lens of Robert Downey Jr., but then Oliver Stone focused it more on Woody Harrelson and
Yep.
all that stuff.
Yep.
I mean, I just see his stuff in interviews. I've never actually watched. One of these days I'll watch it, but I could already. I don't know. It just doesn't look entertaining to me. But
I'd like to know your take on it though. At least maybe someday just watch it once. Just I'd like to know what you think because
yeah,
yeah.
no. Eventually, question for you, River. Read it if you don't mind. My throat hurts.
Michael Park Sheriff's character Earl McGraw became a recurring character in Rodriguez and Tarantino's work later, appearing in Kill Bill, Planet Terror, and Death Proof. Yes,
Did he
and
play the
that's
same
what we were
sheriff?
talking about. That yeah, he's perfect for that part. Like
But he played
we
the
were talking.
actual Earl McGraw.
I believe so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. He was doing his own like Kevin Smith multiverse thing.
He's definitely he's that character. So that was a perfect casting for that.
So I have not seen Grindhouse in so long.
It's great.
I think it'd be really fun to do one of those movies or both those movies. And I would like to do those. I would like to do Dust Till Dawn 2.
Yeah.
Did we throw in another one during this chat? We should add those to
Uh
the list though.
yeah, I don't know what else we talked about.
Wasn't in Planet Terror, didn't Michael Biehn have a role too?
Michael Biehn was in it. Yeah. He was in it.
Giving all the handouts out. I appreciate that. All
Yeah,
right.
it's and that's one I saw in theaters too. And of
Oh
course,
yeah. I saw it 2 or 3 times.
and a lot of people shit on it, but I still really enjoy
You
it.
got 2 for 1. You
Mhm.
got 2 movies for the price of 1, and plus all the interstitials, the trailers and stuff, dude.
Mhm.
A great bang for the buck, and
Yeah.
I just, yeah, we saw it 2 or 3 times, me and my buddy from Missouri, and had a great time with it, and it's not on 4K, right? And what's the holdup on releasing them together again as a set, like the official way it was
I
released?
got the Blu-ray that is like that. It's a steelbook Blu-ray that I got. I think it's out of print now, but
'Cause for a
um
while, they just sold them separately as separate films, right?
yeah, they sold them separately on DVD, I believe, and then they re-released both of them on Blu-ray back to back. The what you saw theatrically, and I think that's what I have. And then, of course, it's never been re-released yet. So we'll see.
I just think that's the only way to release it, and they have to release it again. They have to release it
Yeah,
in that package, um, even if it's like a special edition and they give you options for a la carte. But just, it's always been a turnoff to me. I remember when they released them, piecemeal
separate.
like that.
Yeah,
It's just like I don't want those because they
no,
just don't.
yeah,
You want the whole experience. Uh,
absolutely.
let's see. Natural Born Killers is impossible to recommend, even if you like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
The
agree with that,
the
Doctor Gill.
sitcom bit is Natural Born Killers. Yeah, I've seen clips of that sitcom bit.
Mm,
I've seen that. Dangerfield.
love Dangerfield.
Yeah, Zakito is I think you were also recommending Frankenhooker in some of the
Yeah,
comments.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen that in years
I was
either.
saying we gotta wrap up the trifecta of Henenlotter because we've done not with Todd. I know we did a basket case. I think that was me, Zach, and Josh James.
Okay.
And then brain damage was me and Zach, maybe like a Mac. I don't know, but
Mm,
I don't think Todd was on that though.
no.
But we should do Frankenhooker. I think Frankenhooker is the worst of the 3. Easy. It's okay, but I think it's definitely a step down personally. I watched Frankenhooker. I watched it last year. It's pretty fresh in mind.
Mhm.
I think it was on Joe Bob. Maybe I caught it there, but
Oh, yeah, I think it was
yeah,
too.
it's not as Basket Case is the best. To me, that's like top
Yeah, I
tier.
love Basket Case
And
too.
Brain Damage is very good, but I
Mhm.
think I still kind of put it just like a smidge
I agree.
below. And then Frankenhooker is definitely somewhere over here. It's the third best, but it's entertaining. Be a good commentary for sure. But keep those coming. And so Friday again, we're gonna be doing what are we? Oh yeah,
Day of the Dead 2
don't remind me.
Contagium.
Day of the Dead 2 Contagium. And I'm being a negative Nancy here because we haven't watched it yet. I'm actually gonna watch it tonight or tomorrow. Let's just say I'm not expecting it to be good. I just don't remember it being good, and nobody even talks about it being good. But it'll be a fun one for sure. But yeah, let's read this. The lead guy in Frankenhooker was the douchey guy during that cop punk shootout in RoboCop 3.
Mm.
Yeah, I do remember. But thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks.
When this goes live, be sure to like the video as well and comments and help us out in the algos. And yeah, we'll see you next time. I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
See you guys.
Bye. Later.